Microphone check 1 2 1 2. What up, family? It's your girl, JustPatrice, live with JustPatrice. BlowRadio.com is officially in the building. I know the little lighting display in the background. You might find it difficult to see me. However, we're going to spend a little time in this space today. Welcome to motherfucking Monday. When I say welcome to Monday, I do mean that in all the sense that Monday could be represented. Baby, listen, Monday is Mondaying. But life has been Mondaying. You know, when I say that, I mean that, life shows up in the way that you've been resting and focused and connected and trying to reground yourself. But then life is like, oh, and by the way, motherfucker, this is what's happening next. And then it's not always in your favor, or it doesn't always feel like it's in your favor. But what that looks like going forward is a thing. It's a whole thing. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about a couple of things as we are moving forward into what Mondays usually bring to us, and or what life. Oh, you're so sweet. Look at you. Look at her boy with lemonade to everything. Her body, oh yeah. Look at her. And she bought a barbecue chip. She bought a chip because that's what her was. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. They are. I'm talking to you right now. This second. Listen, she came in here in her sexy ass onesie, talking about some. You got somebody else to talk to? I could, but right now I'm talking to you. This is my little thin ass sandwich. Let's see what it say. It don't say nothing, G. This is my thin ass sandwich. She called it. It's cut. It's got shit on it. Let's see what it got on it. Yep, it looked like it. Yep, it looked right. What is that one? What was that, G? It went down. Oh, jalapeno chips. Are you giving me all the chips? Is that what you're trying to do? Listen, you gone? You finna go eat? You can sit right there and eat, G. Can't nobody even motherfucking see you. I'm just saying. My homegirl, my partner, Tree, she bought me some Jimmy John's. Because I like Jimmy John's. And I needed a sandwich. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like here's the Chase, come here. Chase, get in here. Get in. Thank you. Y'all know how we do around this part. I had to chew that up because it was so good, right? So listen, make sure you say hi so that I can acknowledge you properly. Make sure you say what's up so I can acknowledge you appropriately and show you some love. Shout out to let's cross a couple T's, that's mine. Shout out to audibleRadio.com family. It's been a minute since I've been able to be on air. I know we had Juneteenth and then it was post birthday party for the kids, but we are here. So if you are in the building, make sure you say hi. I am currently sitting in Calm Wellness Services multi-purpose room. And if you don't know what Calm Wellness Service is, how could you not? But nonetheless, we have opened a center for integrated healing inside of, well, in Glendale, but in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facility. And it's your girl, JustPatrice. I was just talking to my partner, Tree, and we were talking about um, how we're going to kick off this grand opening, which is going to happen. Tree, it's still the 30th, right? July 30th, which is a Sunday. So if you can mark your calendars now, that would be awesome. July 30th would be a great time to have you come through. Hey, Simeon, how you doing? Glad to have you join the conversation. Anybody else that jumped on real quick and just wanted to say hi, you're welcome to do so. Now was a good opportunity to do that. I'm gonna shout you out and we can show you some love. I appreciate that. So I can at least say hi to y'all as y'all show up and acknowledge the show. I want to talk about a couple of things, but before I do, let me cross some T's, dot some I's. If you are watching the show, of course, you are tuned on to one of my great social media outlets. So you might be on blowradio.com group. You might be on my personal page, which is dope as well. Or you might be on the YouTube page, which is like needing some dire attention. So I'm gonna spend some time growing that a little bit. But right now, here we are together, spending some time. And if you're listening to the show, then of course you are on blowradio.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You could be other places, but you've chosen to be here with us. And I'm so thankful for you and thank you for your time for that. I appreciate that. I'm sure blowradio.com appreciate that. Listen, she bought me Simply Lemonade. I'm just saying, when you just how you know when somebody love you when they don't bring you. What's the name of that? Ever what? Ever fresh ass. When they bring you Simply Lemonade and not the other one. Okay. I'm just saying this is the thing. Not that Minute Maid ain't great, but Simply is the shit. Nonetheless. It's so many things I need to talk to you about. So many things I need to catch y'all up on. So that we can make sure that we stay on the same page as we are moving forward into this great journey of life, like life being life in. Oh my God, life has been definitely happening to your girl. But at last I checked, I was still here. And I'm so thankful to still be here. Thankful to still be able to have this conversation with you all. Thankful that you guys are still showing up to hang out with me. That is all the things. And today I am actually in the multi-purpose room of Calm Wellness Services, where the grand opening is happening on July 30th. It's a beautiful thing to be in a space that's yours. Oh, it's been so long, been so long. I'm missing you, baby. Been so since I had my own shit, baby. Listen, in a lot of areas, but nonetheless, this is definitely a joy to be able to celebrate, to sit in the room that I can facilitate what happens in this space, to be in a building that is focused around. Um, my purpose, you know what I'm saying, the life and the organization that I belong to, and how Calm has expanded and what that looks like. Listen, I can't wait for y'all to see the space. I could literally physically be in the space. Shout out to Marima for joining the conversation. Shout out to Simeon for joining the conversation. I see a couple other y'all's on here. If you are here and you would like me to acknowledge you, please say hi, and then I will acknowledge you greatly. You should get a ring light for your lives and stuff. Listen, I usually have one, but this is a random right now type of let me just be here moment. So you can, I know it's a little off, whatever. Hi TT. Who is hi TT? Who is Facebook user? Hello, Facebook user. Say hello. I usually have all the lighting and everything together, but today I'm sitting in a space that is not typical of my environment. I'm usually sitting in I had been for the last almost like 8 months sitting in Happy Days Day Bar. And as some of you are aware of, and some of you are about to learn right now, Happy Days Day Bar is closing. And that closing celebration will be happening this Saturday in conjunction with Tommy's or Can Beats 50th birthday celebration, in conjunction with the amazing opening for the soft opening for Junior's smoked barbecue. Listen, we out here doing all the things. I need to get that light. Tree, where you at? Can I bother you for like 2 seconds? Can you give me a second? Can you help me see if this light will turn on? And then see if that'll help make the change in that one. That one. This one. Do it, come on. Where the switch at? You gotta turn the switch on though. On the wall, baby, the wall. No, you was right. Yep, that one. Oh, it's still. Let me see. That didn't do a goddamn thing? Turn it off one time. It did nothing. Okay, fuck it. It did nothing. It did nothing. I'm like, what? It does nothing. We're not gonna waste electricity on GP. Who hot? You hot? You hot, fam? Yes, you is. You hot in that goddamn onesie. She gave me the finger again. She gave me the finger again. Hey, Cookie, how you doing? She said, "It's me, Cookie." Listen, look at this sandwich. I don't know if y'all like Jimmy John's, like I like Jimmy John's, but I do like Jimmy John. Hmm. And they might not be paying me for that spot, but my belly is saying, "Don't abandon us." And so I'm not. Mm-mm. God, that's so good. I got these peppers on this sandwich. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Mm, mm, mm. No, it's doing it, G. That peppers on there is doing it. Hmm. Oh my God, that's right. She said it's all right. But nonetheless, as we get ready to talk about the radio show for today, what we got to talk about today. Today's topic, I got a couple things I want to cover. One, to acknowledge that we are leaving. We, as in Happy Days Day Bar, is leaving the Sherman Phoenix, and what that looks like. Our lease was up on the 30th, um, and without going into extensive details, boy, I tell you, one thing when God shine down and be like, "Girl, close your mouth," you just gotta do it. We will be having a final celebration on the 8th of July in collaboration with Can Beats, in collaboration with Junior Smoke Barbecue. Junior's is doing their not official grand opening, but see you later, baby girl. Thank you. Doing their not official grand opening, but an unofficial opening for that particular day. Can Beats celebrating his 50th birthday party. It is also 50 years of hip hop. So, dude was born the year hip hop was created, right? Or hip hop came into the light. You get what I'm saying? Facebook user is also saying, "Hey, sis," not sure who that is, but hello, Facebook user, whoever you are in that capacity as well. Thank you. Please say hi so I can know who you are. So Happy Days Day Bar, as we are closing our doors, it's been a beautiful run. Will there be a Happy Days Part 2? Will there be another facility that we're establishing? We'll see. Like, honestly, we'll see. I don't know what that looks like. My goal right now, my focus is to um, facilitate calm wellness services, Center for Integrated Healing, so that we can move in the excellence that is created. I'm excited for that to look like. Oh, there you go. He said it's Prince. Hey, damn, how you doing? And the excellence that is created, and we want to be able to move in that space. What that looks like, it's time to find out. It's absolutely time to find out. So make sure you share this video and invite your friends and your cousins and all of them to hang out with. And fellas, if you are available to chime in, I definitely need you to chime in because I have some questions. I had been scrolling through Facebook. When was that? I don't know. A little over a couple of days ago, like literally just scrolling through trying to get in all the details of some stuff. Just I'm just enjoying my time on social media. It wasn't just Facebook. And then I started noticing like all these posts where, oh, another Facebook user. Hey, Facebook user. Hey, I'm assuming that you guys are all in the blowradio.com group. And if you are, that is cool. Just make sure you give me permission so that I can acknowledge you or say hi so I can acknowledge you. And like I was seeing all these posts about other men saying that men don't like women, like heterosexual men will have sex with you. I was gonna say that's what I'm just gonna go whole graphic, but will be intimate with you, have sex with you, treat you like, and then still treat you like shit. And then other people were saying, once I made the post, like I can't believe that brothers is out here not liking women. Like you can't really be liking us. I can't believe that you dislike us. when I was saying that, I'm gonna go to the post so I can pull that up and do. You can understand what I'm saying. That he was like, well, if you disagree with a behavior, not liking a behavior or not being fond of certain activity is not the same thing as disliking me. But like not disliking me me as a whole, meaning all women, specifically all black women, sir. And then my response to that is, what happened that would make you feel this way? Typically be like, who hurt you? But no, you get what I'm saying? No, it's not about being who hurt you. I want to know what triggered that response, like what made that a thing. And I'm trying to get to this post that I made so I can be more specific about what I said. I hate that people will try to make it up to something else, but I'm not. It says, and I quote, so upon scrolling, it's a thing I hear that many hetero men don't quote unquote like women, as in are not fond of, etc. I need to do some investigating. I know y'all not out here quote unquote hating women. Okay. And I didn't say hating on women, not dissing us on some sidebar shit, but don't like us because you want us to behave a certain kind of way, or but in a collective, you like, I'll hump on you, but I ain't really fucking with you like that. Who does that? Like I just wasn't understanding that. So I posted the question, and then people jumped right in. And some of the sisters replied. Francis Freeburg Morgan said, this is a subject matter I'm interested in as well. I see Simeon Robinson showed up with his popcorn. That's what I'm talking about. Eric D. Watts showed up with big eyes because he want to see too. Um, let me see. Tina Renee Sam said they are out here sometimes daily. Kim Petty said, as a projection comes to the post, totally disregarding how a woman may feel about what she is observing on her timeline. And that's true because there were some comments that were made about how do you say, facilitating space for negative energy between men and women. And I'm like, I just got on, Tasha. I see you, sis. What's going on? And I'm like, I'm not facilitating anything. Just a genuine question. Do y'all not like us? Like you don't like us? There are multiple men. There are some men that were gay. There were some men that are hetero. There were some men and they didn't say quote unquote, I don't like women. They were just talking about the treatment thereof. And I just so we on the same page. You don't mistreat people that you are fond of. You don't mistreat someone that you respect. You don't mistreat them. You get what I'm saying? Now, mind you, you don't allow them to mistreat you also. You get what I'm saying? You don't trying to be kind to them. You don't allow yourself to be mistreated, but you don't set it into your mindset or to your game plan to be unkind to someone that you like. And what I've been noticing in some of the language and some of the thing, I'm like, this is an overall understanding. Like, and maybe it's just me, the way that I feel based on the conversation that is being had. Like, so instead of me making assumptions, I asked a question. I didn't assume anything. I asked, do you not like us? And let me tell you, brothers was like in their little feelings. I'm trying to find this other avenue to be able to take phone calls. Hold on one second. Let me get it together so I can take calls. Mm-hmm. So I just felt like, you know what I'm saying? If that is the case, what the hell, yo? What the hell? Let me use another account so I can get tuned in really quickly. I know my girl threw these chips at me like I was gonna eat them, but let me make it so that I can. I see you, Dan. Just give me 1 second. I wanna put this together. I am just. Ooh wee. Okay, trying to get it together. Oh shit, what is my password? Mm, I don't know. Let's see if this is. Oh, somebody is calling me on my phone. Not answering that. But let's go here. Are you getting a notification? Yes, it's me. Before I put this out here, I want to make sure that okay. Let's see, let's switch this other Chrome profile. I could have just signed in from there. But what I want to do is be able to um add or confirm your recovery email, phone number. Not now. I want to be able to open this up so I can have y'all call in while we are able to. There it is. So the number to call in, there it is. I got it. Got it. Is let me put this banner up. Area code 414-885-4739. That's area code 414-885-4739. You can call in. We can hear you. We can talk. We can chop it up. The guests can hear you. We can go from there. Then Prince Dan said, good afternoon. Not good afternoon. He said, that was Tasha said good afternoon. Dan said, it's typically men run into women that can't take accountability. And we see a number of women that know she might be wrong and won't hold them accountable. Most of those men end up becoming incels. What do you mean by that, sir? And then said, and Tasha says, negative perception comes from a negative mindset. The question is valid, especially for a dialogue amongst grown men and women. I just want to know. Hey Tosh, how you doing, baby? I just want to know, like what happened that like if you can see us, be intimate, be attracted to us but not like us. And I guess it's no different than your parents saying that I love you but I don't like you. It's happened, I know, because when I was little. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing to not be favored amongst whatever the people that you are engaged in. Hey cousin, how you doing, Kels? What's going on? um but still to be able to want to know, is it that, like, what is it? What is it like? Do like I know there are some men that feel like there are a series of women who um who don't like them, that there's women bashing, men bashing all the time. Okay. And because I'm not that woman, because that's not how I move, because that's not how I get down, yeah, I'll be disturbed when I see, like, what you mean? Like, I whole love you. What are you talking about? I'm down for you, bro. What are you saying? Like, I'm here, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm on deck. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? But it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? I know it's in both directions. I understand that. And so because I can't address the other side in this moment, I'm asking questions so I can address this side. Let's talk about what this side of the table looks like. And there are a couple of fellas that have jumped on. Hello, I see y'all chiming in. That's great. I see y'all say hello. That's it. Answer, can y'all answer me that? Do hetero men not like women? Like, do y'all just don't like some of the behaviors? Okay, I can do. That's an individual though. So you run up on some women, but are the women? Then it's the women that you've encountered that don't respond or don't behave or don't whatever it is, that in a space that makes it so that you feel some kind of way. I ain't tripping on that. Okay, and then here we go with understanding what that language looks like, being able to say, not all women, just these motherfuckers that I keep running across. Not all people, but just these are the ones that I've run across. So, okay, I understand that this is what you experienced. Hey, love, I'll be right there. Oh, here I come. Okay. Just so that it's not so much just what you experienced, but understand. I'm gonna walk this over here real quick while I'm opening the door, because I got my homegirl coming to join me for this amazing conversation. Indeed, it's not so much just, oh, JC Wacy, not so much just the idea of what you are capable of being. You can be mad at somebody's, your girl didn't treat you well, or your girls. You can sit in the chair if you like to. You can grab a chair and sit here if you like to. Um, hey, so it's not so much that we've treated you or everybody's treated you some kind of way, but you've been treated based on the engagement that you've had. And so it's tainted the overall view. I get that, but does that mean that like we all get punished? Like that's crazy. It's to me it is, because and I say that it's crazy because I've been married and divorced, and my husband, my ex-husband was not the kindest of men. But you don't hear me say, "Oh, niggas ain't such a," and I hate dudes. I would never, because I have such an admiration for men, specifically black men, and where you've been, what you've gone through, and all things, that I don't feel like I gotta hate you because the one that I chose, or the one that selected me and then I agreed to, you get what I'm saying, wasn't on deck. That's not everybody. That's not everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see. This brother here says, let me get it together. Ewat says, hold on, Eric. Because I love women, but I'm gonna talk shit about and to the assholes. So you love us as a whole, but the women that have been assholes, you're gonna talk shit to and about them. I understand that. I mean, if somebody ain't treating you right, then they deserve to get what they get from you. I just hope that that is not something that you are um offering up as a collective engagement. That is my thing. Let me see here. Marima says every man that I've concluded that they really do not like women, come from my observation of their words and actions involving multiple women in different types of relationships, mom, sis, ex, boss. Those same men also turned out to be what? Toxic? Oh, narcs. Okay. Listen, in my post, someone said, is it because that are you judging this on based something that someone said, or based on the way that they responded because of someone's behavior? Let me tell you, it's a lot of people that won't say, bitch, I don't like you, but will behave in a capacity that says, bitch, I don't like you. And that the saying is, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Some and or none of what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only believe part of what people tell you. And you can only still believe half what you see, because what is alignment with when the verbal and the physical are in alignment? That's what we got to believe. You can say what you want to say. I know people right now that are partially in non-active quote unquote relationships with people that they are in relationship with. You understand what I'm saying? But it ain't really happening. But it ain't really happening. I don't see that my phone is ringing. Let me see if this number, which number are they calling? Let me see real quick. Hello. Okay, the phone absolutely did not ring. Daniel, I don't know what number you called. The number is 414-885-4739. That's area code 414-885-4739. It's open here, but it definitely did not ring. So I don't know if you tried to call me. Um, I'm looking for my calls. I'm receiving calls. It's open to receive calls. But I see that it tried to receive a call from you, but it did not go through. So I'm going to do this, Daniel. How about this? Let me turn it up and let me see what I got. Oh, well, look at that. That is the phone ringing. How about it? How about
Hello?
it? Hello, thank you for calling blowradio.com live with Just Patrice. It's your girl Just Patrice. Welcome to Monday, Prince Dan. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing? How you doing, sis?
I'm doing well, doing well. I see that you've opted to call in on today's conversation. So we're gonna make sure this is a good conversation. I'm sure that my folks is able to hear. Give me 1 second and let me just update folks on what we talking about. Prince Dan said incel, involuntary celibacy is a man that hates women because he can't control their emotions due to their past actions. Francis Freeburg Morgan chimed in and gave us a beautiful love heart. Marima says also, one moment, that some men don't like women because never mind. Let's let me back this train up. It's facts though. we want to talk about it, and I can't assume based on my own personal opinion. I can only assume based on what you guys are telling me and what I've seen, and not seen from women saying things. These are posts that men have made, reels and videos and shorts that men are saying what they're saying, and some men are saying, "Hey, yo, they don't like women. They act this way because they don't like you." And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you show up to my spot and behave with me intimately, and then later act funny and shit, whatever the case may be, because you can't, I'm assuming you don't like me. This is something that don't add up. It's not just because you're attracted. You can be attracted to me physically and still not like me, just like your parents can fucking love you and not like the person that you've become. It's a thing. So we're going to talk about that. I know you're on hold, Prince. I'm there in 1 second. EY said, let's see, rejection be killing these weak mofos, self-esteem, therefore they become hateful. Ouch. Look, that's a man saying that. I'm only here to read what I got. So we got Prince Dan on the line, and he'd love to share his input. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. No,
Excellent.
I definitely feel that there are men
Mhm.
that hate women. Just the same way I feel like there's women that hate men. And it's
Right, we're not
typically
talking about women that hate men, though.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
Somebody was gonna. I feel like somebody would have said it in the comments. But I already do feel there are men that hate women, and you can see by the actions that they do. Now, do men as a whole hate women? No, I don't believe that. I do believe there are men out there that you can tell through their actions and how they treat women, that they might physically love to have sex with women, that they might physically love to be around women, but they don't like women, like they hate women. And hating somebody and disliking them is two totally different things. You know what I mean? Because when you hate something, you become repulsed by it, you become irritated by it. There's nothing that they can do to satiate or satisfy or anything like that.
Right.
Right?
So I didn't say that there are men that hate women, even though I mentioned it on my
Oh
post.
yeah, oh yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm
no.
saying? I did mention that on my post. However, today's conversation is:
Yeah.
are there men, like hetero men? And that's the point. That's the part that's important right there,
No,
because you're
no,
willing
no,
to hump
no,
on them.
no, no. I'm saying like
You willing to
there's
be
hetero men that I
hold
know.
on. You sexually attracted to them. You know, physically attracted to them, but you don't like us, which is a thing. Like, is that a thing? And I'm
Yes, that's
asking
a
the
thing.
question: is that a
Yes,
thing?
that's a thing. That is definitely a thing. And I mean, I could be like, I went through a phase where I didn't like women, but I'm sexually attracted to them because I love women. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't like them because the women that I had been running to for about a year and a half span, were either not couldn't help, refused to hold themselves accountable for actions, victim blamed, or I found out just really didn't like me, just like a concept of who Prince was, if you can understand what I'm saying. So like at that moment in time, no, I was not happy with women at all. As a whole, I wouldn't say all women, but for a majority, you know what I'm saying? Like I was not happy with women. No, I didn't like them. And that was about for a good 3 month time span. I can honestly genuinely say like I was really irritated. You know what I mean? Because I was like, dude, when would I run into a woman that honestly understands, men have feelings and men care, and men this and men that. And they had got to a point to where I was like, I'm not even going to start telling women about how I feel because most don't try to understand. And men tend to get to that point to where we're just like, dude, are women selfish? And I can be honest with you, there's a lot of men that ask themselves that question at one point in time.
So
It's not that
let
we
me
stop
ask you
loving
this though.
women, we
Just
just stop liking them.
let me pose this question to you, and then you can engage from there regarding that. How do we get men and women or people as an overall to, when we're communicating, because this is where the offset is, when you start grouping motherfuckers in collectives, and then now
Yeah.
you're holding others accountable just for the ones that you've experienced. So how do we get people to say, in my experience, or the women or that I've encountered have been
Mm-hmm.
this, and so most of them were that, like being, as opposed to assuming that it's everybody. You know what I'm saying? And all women, because then you run across a quote unquote a unicorn in your mind, and it's not a unicorn. Maybe you was just picking up the wrong batch. Just like it was a time that it was a thing where women used to say, "Oh, men ain't shit. Men ain't shit." It was a thing, like that was a thing until we collectively started saying there's got to be some room to love on these black men. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. How do we change that language?
We need to change the language because that leads into men holding other men accountable for the shit they say. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you start to see the shift with women, right? It's women that hold women accountable because, like, I don't want to hear that bullshit because I know some awesome black men, right? So, like, men have to start holding men accountable. You have to be like, hey, listen, bro, it ain't all women. It just have to be the ones that you fuck with, right? That were on that bullshit that make you feel like that. You know, what type of woman are you allowing in your life? You know what I'm saying? What type of woman are you attracted to? What type of woman are you, are you just going strictly out the physical? Because you're going strictly out the physical, you might just keep on getting the same bullshit. You know, and it takes real conversation like that to let people know. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the times, it has to come from your peers, right? It's a hard conversation to have. I had a whole friend check me. He checked me, and I'm sitting up here, like, man, I love black women, and woo, woo, woo. And then there was a situation I had over the winter time, and I talked to him, and he like, bro, as much as you say you love black women, do you really? Do you really?
And that's the thing. That's where I be at. So when I made this post, I found myself having to defend myself with the statement that's saying, first of all, I'm offended in this capacity because I love men the way that I do, specifically black men. And this is not me just saying that, just in my actions. You can see it in my work. You can see it in the way that I communicate, the way that I engage with these brothers. Like, it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? I have an unwritten respect for men, period. But I have a sweet love for men that are black. Like, seriously. You know what I'm saying? But you don't just hear me say it, like, you can see it. So when I understand, in my understanding of how we engage each other and with the expectation of engagement for a man who can say, but is it just because of the way that is it because he don't like a certain behavior? If you don't like a behavior of the women that you've been engaging, I receive that. But how do we teach you to say, from my experience, or to say with the women that I know, this is what I've come across? You get what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because that right there, when you start as a man, I'm telling you from a woman's perspective, maybe it's my perspective, from a woman's perspective, not all women's perspectives. When you say y'all and you just mean the bitches I've fucked with, that's hurtful. When you say all and you just mean all of the women I've dealt with, and you include me in that bunch, I'm like, I ain't never even been with you like that, fam. You don't know me in that capacity. How could you assume that it's me too?
Well,
And when that comes up, shout out to my. Make sure your mic is on. Shout out to my sister. Make sure.
So fucked up.
Hold on one second, Dan. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Hold on, Dan. Hold on. Shout out to my homegirl and my sister Vanessa, who joined the conversation. There she go, real quick. She jumped right in and slide in on me real quick. Go ahead, Dan. I want to make sure you respond and I can hear you, and then we can go and see what Vanessa's input is.
Okay. You want me to go? Did Vanessa go?
That's what I said, beloved.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure that I heard that correct.
Yes.
So, this is gonna sound real fucked up, but it's kind of true. Where it's kind of guilty by association, or in this case, context, guilty by gender, right? So it's like I put in a comment, like, just because it might not be you, you get lumped in because of the association with the sex, right? Where men routinely do not see women checking women for bad behavior, right? Now, and I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this as a me thing. So I'm saying this as an in general thing. When you talk to men, most men don't see women checking women for their bad behavior. Typically, we hear women saying, "Oh, well, she's a woman. She even if she's wrong, she deserves to feel that way." And since she feels that way, the action that came behind that feeling is okay too, because that's her right as a woman. Instead of saying, "Oh, you know what, Shawty? Yeah, you can feel that way, but that action that you had behind that was dead wrong because that was a feeling, that wasn't a logical thing, and what you did was messed up." And you expect that man to forgive you or to think different about you as a person and understand that you're a woman and you're running off of emotions, but that emotional thing that you just did was and treated him bad and caused him to feel some kind of way. And instead of apologizing to him, you know, and let him know that you were wrong, when he confronted you on it, you felt attacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
You felt attacked. And now that you feel attacked, you're going to attack him when really he's trying to get to the root of the situation.
Okay, so
So
so hold on a second. So just let me give you some address real quick on that. Marima, I got you. Just hold on 1 second. The same way that women don't embarrass men in front of other men when you wrong, nigga. She say, I know. She say, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to this. She gonna stand on your side. She gonna have your back 130%. You can be wrong as the devil himself, and she is not gonna embarrass you in this moment because that ain't the room to front your life in. She do the same thing with her sister. You get what I'm saying? And just because you didn't see her do it, don't mean it did not happen. Because there's no way to, and now mind you, she may not have changed her behavior. That's definitely on her, but that don't mean it did not happen. Because I'm gonna tell you, more often than not, even when you see the bitch that's saying, "Oh my God, bitch, we out here, we busting this nigga and everything, whatever." When they get back to the crib or when they decompose themselves later, they be like, "Bitch, I can't believe you had me outside." Acting like this. Why was that okay with you? We can't never do that again. Well, this ain't no, like, seriously, unless you're dealing with children. But that, then we start talking about choice or whatever the case may be. And so again, the question is not so much how can we get you to change the language, you know what I'm saying, so that it's not all women, because all women don't offset treat each other with the same type of sisterhood either. You know what I'm saying? The same way that y'all don't just be like that. All them boys, y'all be quick to be like, "I don't know that nigga.
Yep, that ain't my friend.
That's old boy. How am I responsible for him?" You know what I'm saying? And the same, y'all want us to be responsible for each other, whether we know each other or not. Y'all want us to teach each other, whether we know each other or not. And just the same way that y'all have experienced hot-headedness from a woman, we know that some of these chicks is not going. And we know, hey, she ain't trying to hear that, but you just think she got a fat ass and these voluptuous ass breasts and whatever lips she got going on for herself, and all you care about is being able to insert your penis, aside from the consequence. And we can get y'all to look at the situation aside from that. Now, don't get me wrong. I know I'm asking for miracles. You get what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. If we can assume, we can step away from that concept, then the truth of the matter is we talk to each other all the time about being better. Just like the same way that you talk to your homeboys, not some random ass nigga, but your homeboys, the same way. We engage each other and be like, "Girl." And don't get me wrong, sometimes if you mature enough, if you are old enough and you got enough gray in your spirit, sometimes even those women be like, "Baby," to girls they don't even know. "Ma'am, could you cook?" Yeah. What we not gonna do? And the perception is you out here making us look bad, girl. Get your shit together. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Girl, stop it. So it happens. I need you. I'm telling you, and I'm telling other men that are listening, it happens. You just may not have seen it. Just behind it may happen behind closed doors. I'll let baby girl answer just 1 second. Let me read these comments and then we can go from there. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second. Facebook user, there are too many cishead black men that seem too irritated and or dislike everything about black women that seem to be rooted in specific feelings or issues tied to their interaction with one or two women. If I dress like a woman that played you, then the way I dress gets me attached to the woman, and all of us are guilty of the BS, which is what you just said, guilty by association, which is some bullshit, fam.
That's why I said that's not my personal belief.
I know, but it's a thing. We're not blaming you for it. We just saying that, calling that out to the table. That's some bullshit. You shouldn't. Just like all men ain't shit.
Exactly.
That's not a. That's the y'all fought hard to get rid of that.
And thank you.
And thank you for fighting hard for that. But the same reason, all women ain't gold diggers. All women don't require certain things of you. But if you show up, and we'll talk about this in detail in a moment, if you show up expecting traditional roles, if you show up expecting traditional behavior, then Poppy, Dada, Pa, baby boy, my man, you know what I'm saying? I got all the names for you. Please show up expecting to be treated that you are required to function in a role that is traditional. Yeah, I'm going to keep continuing. Then Marima said, just because you don't see it does not mean it doesn't happen. Those kind of conversations happen in rooms with the wrong women, having conversations with women sharing their true thoughts. I got you. I saw the room's correction. I got you on there, Deck. Tiffany says, let me just catch it up. So just kind of catch it all so the conversation don't go awry. Marima says, Go Hard said, I agree. I asked some men to tell me about their mother.
Got to. You have to.
You got to ask about that. And then there's conversation. Scratch wrong. I understand what you're saying, Marima. Well, I tried to make some adjustments about what you said. Let me see. No. Okay, I'm just still reading the post. Just hold on one second. Just give me a minute.
I said I love their mama that don't treat women great at all.
But I know some women that think that they love their mama and don't treat women great at all because of something happened. They think that they love her and still are resentful and treat her and are feared of dishonoring her, but still treat women bad because they got some underlying resentments of their mother.
And it comes up in arguments.
And it comes up every time. So that's what that looked like. Tasha Jones says, what about men in general conversation? How does their women become bitch? That has never made sense to me. And it's so common among the guys. Got you, Tasha. Hold on one second. How does it in general conversation? How are you talking about your woman that you quote unquote love? Right. How is she your bitch? How is she your bitch?
How does that not hurt you?
How does that not bother you? And to call the woman that you when it's some random bitch and you don't have no respect for her, but if it's your bitch, it's supposed to be respect. No. How does that make sense?
Absolutely not.
That's what her question is. And hold on, just let me finish reading the post. Let me just keep going. Freebird says, quote unquote.
I feel like I need to come through for this conversation over the phone.
We're here till 4:00. If you want tradition, you better keep tradition. That's what I said. Come on, free. Come on, free. Tasha says, but that goes deeper psychological issues. It does. So we're gonna let Vanessa respond, and then I'm coming back to you in a minute. Dan, okay?
And my response is gonna be really kind of short, sweet, or try to be short, sweet, simple. So I think a lot of the issue that we have as people in general when it comes to the men and women conversation is our lack of accountability, because you are what you attract one way or another, and that's something I've learned in my life. So as a man, right, if you have been attracting a certain type of woman, you sick of it. And like I said, you see a girl that even dressed like old girl who did this, that, and the third, or maybe they got the same lingo, things of that nature. You have to hold yourself accountable, because clearly that's something you like. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't continuously attract it. Similar to how when, and I'm just gonna sidetrack the conversation, similar to how when men are under posts such as mine, because let me put myself out there, such as mine, I'm not a fan of clothes, okay? And I like the way I look, so I share it in times in which I feel like I need to share it or want to share it. And a lot of times that gives a conversation of, how do you get respect, and how do you expect to do this, that, and the third, and all the things. And, I don't like when women do this, I don't like that. But yet it's always on your mind, and it's always on the tip of your tongue. So at some point you have to come to the conclusion that you actually might like it, and you're guilting yourself into not liking it because society said, because your mama said, because your daddy and them said, when the truth of the reality is you like those type of women. So the conversation that you're having about, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, is more so, I like it, and I don't know how I feel about me liking it because I was told not to like it. Similar to loud women, women who curse or come off ratchet or have the what I mean, the air grab, the air pull, all of that. Like, you like that, and you might not like that you like that for whatever reason, but clearly you like it because you keep attracting it. You feel what I mean? The minute that you see it, you don't walk away. You want to work with it because it's something that you like. So you have to own that. Like, you have to own up to that, and that's okay. Everybody has their flaws, even when it comes to whatever it may be, what you like or what you attract. Everybody has their flaws. Come to terms with it. Learn to love it. Because the minute that you learn to love it, you're going to find that one that grabs air, but also doesn't disrespect you. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're disrespecting yourself by going against yourself, saying what you don't like when you actually do.
What? And then to answer your question, yes, we are at Calm Wellness Services. Yes, we are. I tried to nod you into that. Yes, we are. If you decide to pull up here, you're welcome to do so. Please use the back door, and we will let you in. Okay.
All right. So I'm definitely gonna slide through, because having a conversation over the phone, with this kind of conversation, I think I need to be there in person.
Okay. Show up then, fam.
You already know I'm gonna show up.
Well,
and I'm gonna show up.
Well, you know where we at.
I can find the Addy on Google, right?
6333 North Green Bay Avenue.
It's the way I be telling everybody it's on.
Yep, the one in Glendale. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you see that? 6333. You caught it?
All right, I'll be there.
Okay, see you in a moment. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Call ended. I see that. Okay, excellent. So, but you kind of get where I'm going, and it's kind of perfect that you're here for this conversation.
I thought so too. I walked in like, oh, okay.
Because I when I posted that, like, I was genuinely offended. I was like, am I scrolling? Y'all don't like us? What happened? What made you don't like? Well, who is you dealing? Oh, you don't like the bitches you dealing with, because you want them to behave a certain kind of way. But the women that you are quote unquote not attracted to are behaving in the way that you want them to. But the women that you are attracted to behave in an entitlement kind of way, and you want her to not be so high and mighty because you feel some kind of way about her behaving that way. Yeah. When the actuality is you feel some kind of way about you and your ability to be able to engage a certain type of particular woman, or she feel above you, or you feel not capable and enough. And the truth of the matter is, fuck her.
Literally.
And everything she represents. I had to lean back in. I'm like, fuck her. And what she represents, because she is not the majority. And how dare you use this uncouth version of who we are, this untainted, or you know what I'm saying? This woman who is gone awry. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because it's a thing. Every man ain't on his shit. It be some bitches you be like, girl, don't do it. Oh, she did it. Damn it. It be a thing, but it happens. You get what I'm saying? And because she out here, is just how she represented, you just assume that because that's the one that you was attracted to. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a problem. It's okay to like ratchet. Me and my brothers had this conversation. I said, listen, they might not marry him. They might not want to bring him home to mama. But I don't know a man that don't like hoes.
I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to be funny. This is me. My name is Patrice Green. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you where I live. I live in the city of Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? And my business is in Glendale. And I'm trying to tell you right now, and from my experience, they may not want to marry them for long-term engagement. They may not bring them home to mama. They may even keep them shushed and silenced for years away from their homeboys, because they don't want them homeboys to like them too.
That's all it is.
You understand what I'm saying? And because they don't know if it's gonna go well at home with mama now. But I don't know no man that don't like hoes. This bitch is going, there's gonna be less trouble. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be she's not gonna give me no talk back. She's not gonna have no other outside expectations. I got a couple extra dollars I can throw her away and just move her around. And whatever she don't need or want nothing else. I don't got to deal with her emotionally because that ain't what she own. I ain't even her steez. But I'm gonna knock her back down real quick and we gonna be. I don't know plenty men. I don't know them. You gonna listen? I'm trying to keep it 100. Like I'm not trying to front my dudes off because my niggas is my niggas.
Listen,
but baby, listen. Let me. Listen. I just say call him right now. Call him. Make him tell me I'm a lie. Hey Kim Petty, how you doing? Glad to see you, sister. I love you. Listen, Tiffany Guy said exactly. How can I be? I can't. She said, how exactly? If I'm your woman, I can't be your bitch too.
Cannot.
I'm not gonna be your woman and your bitch.
I can't.
You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be that I'm your bitch. Trust me, I'm gonna treat you like you my bitch too.
Listen.
Because that's just how I move.
You know what
I'm saying? And if I'm your bitch, listen, we ain't got to be together. But if that's the situation, if this is the relationship that we have, then you have to be prepared, sir. People in Wisconsin, be prepared. You understand what I'm saying? The dude from Nova Scotia. Don't bear with me. Don't play with me. Tasha says, let me see if this is it. You know I'm a competent to many. Absolutely. When you are speaking, what you are speaking is facts. They even buy them the gifts that they buy their significant others. For real. It's wild. Listen, they treat anything that they gotta do to keep you off the rap and so they don't have to engage you emotionally because that time is experience is given somewhere else. And so that they keep the hump on you, keep you focused long enough so they can just do the things that they need to do with you and for you without the back off of it. They in it. They in it, and I'm listen. This is not me making an assumption.
No,
I am only speaking from the experience that I know, and the guys that I know, my homeboys and guys that I've dealt with. That I decided I don't want to be with you like that. But if we're gonna do this, then we can do that, and it's going to cost you this.
Exactly.
Now, mind you, every relationship there is a cost. Now we're not talking about unnecessarily monetary. Sometimes it's time. Sometimes it's bits of emotion. Sometimes it's engagement. Sometimes it's intellect. Sometimes it's information. Whatever it is, there is a cost. You understand what I'm saying? Quit playing with me these games. I'm trying to say y'all stop acting like y'all don't know what we're talking about. Selena McKnight says, I saw a video when a man said men date who they have access to, not who they want.
I can't. It's been so many times I done walked in a grocery store and there has been a guy with his whoever, wife, whatever, and like the look. Have you ever seen the look on somebody's face where it's just like, wow? And I'm like, so why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that?
Why you over there looking
like
at
what
me?
is happening? And then when I
here.
asked my uncle about, my uncle's in his 50s, when I asked my uncle about it, he said, Vanessa, you got to understand, some people didn't think you existed. And there's women like that. You're a guy, you're perhaps maybe even soulmates. One of them did not think you existed. So when they see you, they hear you, they feel you, they're like, oh my God, this is a real thing. Oh my God, I'm not dreaming. But what I'm supposed to, you settled, baby. You settled. That's not my business.
What I'm gonna do? I don't know what to tell you, sir.
Figure it out.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So when they are ready, they will go get the real woman. Kim Petty said, I'd rather say most men like easy pussy, especially the stuff they don't have to work for.
I just had that conversation.
Come on. Kim also says, they won't wife them though. Nope. Absolutely not. Nope.
And when they do, like,
Francis said, I've read somewhere something that made me examine it differently. Men save intimacy for their homeboys, not their women's. What do y'all think? Ouch.
That's real. Wait a minute. I never even put that together. Damn.
Tasha said, this is true. Selena McKnight. Tiffany said, Selena McKnight, that is the truth. Damn, free.
Golly, that's real. Because when you ask for, because that is a conversation that we have often. Well, when you date a certain type of guy, anyway, you have that conversation of why you kick it with your guy, more than you kick it with me. You always like, so where that intimacy be with the guys. That's damn. Well, we'll wait for Dan to get here. Maybe he can answer that question.
He can't.
Oh, Well,
No offense, Dan.
Okay, love you. All right. Well,
but that's how I've been asking. So I had these conversations, and these are us having these conversations, not expecting to answer for men. I have to say that we're not answering for you because we can't.
Nope.
So we're posing questions and using examples of the experience that we've had, helping you hopefully to come from from what I know in all women to the women I've experienced.
Yeah, because that's a big thing. Because like she said, y'all men hated when we did it, hated, and we got it together because we understood. But yeah, come on now. But I don't know what it is about that accountability. Just you can't.
I know, and that's what Dan was saying earlier, that we're not accountable. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of women who date men with a level of entitlement and refusal of accountability. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of women, but that's not all women.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not even the majority of women.
No, that's just,
you know what I'm saying? These are the ones that you've encountered, sir. You know what I'm saying? And if you would like to date a woman that does not behave in this manner, then maybe you have to date a different kind of woman
and try to pay attention to the common denominator.
Yeah, and what is the combinator? So, you still go on to the simple. Well, how come she can't look like this and still be like this? It's possible, but there are other features that you are overlooking. You know what I'm saying? That drew this type of woman, and if you keep subjecting yourself to that,
like that's your fault at that point. You like it. You ain't got a lot of meat.
Kim says, Kim Petty, says, oh, I wouldn't know because I don't really engage with dudes like that. I'm not even attracted to that type of men. Those types of traits are visible really early on, and when you meet someone,
that's kind of true. Yeah,
you better know this. But this is it. And see, and as mind you, we're having this conversation, and I love this because we're a little older. You go, so some of us are, you know what I'm saying, or even more mature enough to have the conversation that says, I'm not. I see that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Hello, no, thank you.
No, that's okay.
Don't
come no closer. It's okay.
It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. Every now and then, we slip and fall into the hole and be like, but I know it was gonna be bad.
Yep.
I know it was gonna be bad.
I didn't know the hole was this deep, but I didn't know it was a hole.
Somebody help me out of here because I was going down. I'm going down, and now I'm turned around and reached the bottom of my life. What the fuck happened? Oh, I really get this.
And then you down there looking at him like, I hate you.
I fucking hate this. And I hate you. I hate me for allowing this to happen.
I don't know what I got to do to get up out of here, but I'm about to get up out of here. I can't do it.
Yes, indeed. Kim Petty says, let me try to catch you up real quick. I just told a man that if he sees a lot of women down in men and hears all the degrading things all the time, I told him it's time you change your surroundings. Let's go, Kim.
Because
you in the wrong cycle.
Because
you in the wrong circle of.
Because I'm not. I will say what I say when I say what I say, but I will always hold myself accountable for what's being said at the end of the day. So if you are in a environment where all you hear is bash, them people might not be that healed.
Yeah, they're not at all.
And you got to figure out why you in there.
Come on, saying, why you hang with them?
Listen.
Oh, that's you too?
Oh.
Is you too?
Because
sorry. Francis said, Freeware Morgan says, let's first examine the fact that if you are attracted to a woman that you need to change, you're
where is Freeware?
Oh, let me just lay it out.
Where are you at
she said, if you're attracted to a woman you need to change, you're not very attracted to that woman.
Clearly.
How about it?
And then that's the beginning of knowing that you're getting ready to settle. You just might be getting ready to settle.
If you need to change it. If it's possible, you need to change.
Come on now.
Come on. If change is required to the levels that we're not talking about growth, because growth is not the same as change.
Amen.
You understand me? Understand what I'm saying? That growth is a sign of maturity and a sign that we've come this far. And there is more to see.
Yes.
And together we could possibly do that. But change means this part of you can't come. Where are we going? You understand me? This part
of you that you have,
you can't make this journey. You understand me? And we need to leave that part.
That's so terrible.
Do need to leave that part behind. You understand me? That's no plan again.
That is terrible, dog.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie, though? I'm just saying. Hey, Ship, what's good? She said, hey, love, what's going on, Ship? Tasha said, oh, here I come. I know. Tasha said, let me get it to pull up. Just bear with me, y'all. But that's the scary part. They do this type of exchange around children, and children mimic those examples. Listen. And Selena McKnight said, plays organ. Listen. Thank you. Francis Freeburg Morgan says, further, I know that I'm not her. So go back to your relationship and make it work. Better choice.
Clearly you want to be there because you keep talking about it. I don't know.
How about it? And now that's the massive church organ play right there. That's what happened right there. Because, baby.
Listen.
And Free said, for those men who complain about their choices. Literally.
That they made.
And listen, I was watching again, another set of reels, and men were having conversation, and the man was saying, but that's her response. Ain't it her fault for the choices that they was talking to Dr. Definitely not Steady, but Umar. But no. But he was saying the reason that these women are choosing is because this is all she got to choose from.
Yeah,
sir.
I seen that.
This is what she got to choose from, and you motherfuckers is not on deck.
So what?
And he was like, but that's what she chose. And he was like, no. Women are chosen. This is what y'all made available.
Listen.
This is what. Listen. When I saw that, I was like,
That was one Dr. Umar video. I was like,
listen, because I know he's not my favorite either.
But
and I say that. However,
a broken clock.
However, you know what I'm saying? Two times. But I'm just saying that sometimes we be in these positions, in these spaces, and you be like, what? I reckon that might be a good option. Or you might be like, no.
Nope.
I've been told I never want to lose you.
I bet.
But ... When I hear I never want to lose you, that's so sweet. So oh my gosh, that's so sweet. As soon as I hear but the whole part of that statement,
anyways.
Well, it's never that. Where's the but though? I wish you could. I wish you want to change something about me. See what I'm saying? And the part that you need to change cannot come on this side for the journey. You understand me?
And I'm supposed to just leave.
And I'm supposed to be like, I just got to leave that part.
No,
I cannot.
I'm leaving you.
So it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all for growth. I said this before. I'm all about us doing better and being better too, to and for one another. 130%. But I am also of the mindset that we can't play this game.
No.
This is a short game. You know what I'm saying? And as we are getting older, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but at this point, and I hate to say it, I'm proud of my age. It was not the point that I'm saying that I hate to say my age. I'm 49, but the years I have ahead of me, it's not as many as the years I have behind me. And I'm gonna tell you that if I am, then I'm 100.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? And I don't think that's gonna be the case. And I just really want to be able to enjoy this time while we're here, like with some legitimate honesty, with some legitimate passion, some legitimate engagement. Let's see what that looks like. Don't show up with that bullshit, sir, ma'am.
Where the intention at?
Please, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can we just show up in the capacity that it only makes sense for us to be in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Literally. What does that look like?
It looks peaceful.
Does it?
It's very peaceful.
Somebody loves you, babe.
Dum.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, somebody loves you, babe. And it just might not be the motherfucker that you with.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? That's okay. And that too is okay. You know what I'm saying? Who is trying to, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you. I love these credit notification reports. Somebody just tried to do an inquiry.
No.
Oh my shit. Please don't do that. Okay? That's why my shit be frozen.
Yeah,
frozen.
Listen,
Lies. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this conversation started because I was scrolling, and not that I've never heard a man or two, you know what I'm saying, irritated with women as a collective based on the experience of women that he's had. My whole offset with that has been like, as much as I love men, like as much as I like literally, and I've not been always treated the kindest.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Divorce and all. You get what I'm saying? And what those relationships look like. Even though my husband said, I'm sorry I treated you that way. That wasn't cool. You get what I'm saying? Like, it take a whole big person to know this motherfucker, to know that for him to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then for him to actively remove himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You as much as I don't like as them as some, I be like, I just gotta respect that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am to hear men say, some of y'all just don't like women.
Yeah.
Another man telling other men, you just don't like women.
Yeah.
And what you want them to do, what you want them to do, behave how you want them to behave, with no accountability on your behalf. And what that is, it saddened me.
Yeah,
it did. And I made the post, and I'm like, let me do some more investigating, because I cannot believe that you're going to tell me that it's this many men out here. It's this many motherfucking men out here that don't love us. Like, you don't like us at all. Who you don't like? And what she do?
right.
Let me go see her.
Yeah, basically.
Let's go talk to her. Is it her? Did she do it? Was it 10 of them?
Yeah.
Or was it the 30 bitches that you just bust your nut in and moved around? Which ones?
Or was it your mom?
Was it? Let's even go back. Did your granny?
Did you?
Was it auntie? Did your mama have a friend?
Was it that teacher that you confided
was it?
In
come on.
time?
Who was it?
Because it's not.
Because who was it?
It was not me.
All the things. You get what I'm saying? I'm all the things. Tasha says, and I quote, hold on one second, said, I had a man that went and got a woman with my same name, even resemblance, because wouldn't conform with his religious ideology. She did him dogged. I mean, bad, but guess who he called for a shoulder to cry on?
Of course he did.
I know him. I have a guy that dated another Patrice.
I'm talking about, like,
I had a guy that dated Patrice because he wanted her to be, like, he was dating us at the same time, and he wanted us to be similar, but we were not.
How about
we were not?
This is a long time ago. How about I broke up with my boyfriend? We're in college, and I meet a girl on campus, and we talking about get along so well, but we besties in like an hour, and that's his new girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
You know the difference was the name, our body types, and skin complexion. Everything else, 100%.
Really?
Played saxophone, all the things.
See,
I was like, what?
Unbelievable. Kim Petty said, I know women make poor decisions. Come on, we do. We do. I've made several, but it doesn't make me a project of hatred for men as a whole.
Exactly. Say that.
I love them too much to group them together, especially since my ignorant ass made some fucked up choices. But I know now that I really didn't love myself properly at the time.
Exactly.
Listen,
because the mistakes we be making on the behalf of, letting someone come in that baby shouldn't, it's always out of your heart. Like, listen, it's never like, I'm not trying to manipulate you. I don't have any ill intent. It's out of my heart. Now, like she just said, learning to love yourself and giving you that love in your heart inwardly, you start to get better. But that's the difference right there. Because the man, I know all the things I know that ain't good about you, but I want this, so I'm gonna get this. We just want you to be better.
Sometimes you just be hopeful. You be hopeful, and sometimes you make. I've made those decisions. I was like, this is not a good look. In advance, I was like, this is not gonna end well. You know what? Even if we just do this,
right?
We can if we can just do this, but we know that we not gonna just do this, okay? But come Come on, man. Can we just do this? Because we do anything else, it's going. I'm telling you, you're gonna get comfortable because this is gonna be so right to you that you're gonna get comfortable, and then we're gonna move unwillingly, unintentionally into this space. When I say unintentionally, I mean we didn't do also nothing to prevent it. Okay, but we didn't do anything to we didn't do nothing to make it happen.
Yeah,
but we also didn't do anything to prevent it.
Yeah,
we also gonna move into this space right here, and this space right here ain't no good for either one of us.
Nope.
This ain't no good for us. And once we get into this space, it's gonna be like
downhill, baby.
We here now. I told you. Why didn't you stop us? Why didn't you stop us? I did stop us. No, I didn't. We're here now.
Now I don't like. I'm a man that don't like women,
and I don't like women because all the women in my life are like you.
Because I like you.
Because I like you. Because I like you. Because I like you, and I like everything about you except that one thing, though.
That's linked to.
But the one thing, you just leave it in the past.
No,
you cannot, because it's a part of who I am.
It is, and I love it.
And it's what it is. I mean, that's where I be on that. You know what I'm saying? I just wish. Not we again, and those men are saying that. I'm gonna read some of these comments off this post because it really threw me, and I was like, y'all, shut up. And so, let me see. Scroll. JP Hinton said, "I have pledged to mind my business on these here social apps." Okay. Cleo Edmond said, "What men say this?" Okay, I'm gonna say that again. What men say this? Not liking someone's action or behaviors doesn't equate to hate. Okay. No men say it. Okay. I don't know no hetero man that is gotten big enough dick to say, I don't even like these bitches.
Listen, because
I'm just keeping it 100 because the truth of the matter is when we talking about big dick energy, it's some niggas that you can say some shit and be like, why did you say that? Wait, did you mean me too? Or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? Wait, though. Like every okay, you don't mean okay. Wait, let's talk about that type shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's also because they don't say it because saying it would mean no more pussy for you.
Literally.
Okay.
Literally.
Saying it would mean that you tapped out of this side of the game and you tapped into
the other side,
being to or just being to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, some men is until I find the right woman, I'm never gonna be with anybody else. And me and Palmetta is gonna spend all our lives together.
Not Palmetta.
It's another Paulina. Paulina.
Stop talking.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so the truth of the matter is, and I know that there are areas, and I've done the research. Men need to be able to ejaculate, like
literally.
It's a necessity, or their bodies are going to be fucked up.
Prostate, all
you know what I'm saying? All
up.
bad. You understand what I'm saying? They need to be able to do that, and what that looks like in basis of commitment or solitude, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, it still needs to happen. So no, you're not going to say it. You get what I'm saying? And not liking some behaviors or actions does not equate to hate. It does mean that you don't like them motherfuckers, though. You get what I'm saying? Not liking someone's action or behavior mean you don't like them.
That's all.
Okay? Now, you don't like them may not dislike them as a whole, but it means you don't like the individual. And are you able to separate that individual from the whole?
Exactly.
Is where that question comes from. Can you say that I don't like you?
Literally.
Not that I don't like them.
Yeah.
And not that you showed up on this bullshit, so all women, or even you 6 showed up on that bullshit, so the other 385 million in this world that I fall in line the compatibility with is capable. You understand what I'm saying? Is that what we doing, sir? All of that, and my response to him was addressing a collective because of an individual is always a concern.
Yeah.
It was just a hard concept for me to accept. It's definitely not a good look either way. His reply was, absolutely, it's definitely not. Yet we have to control this and any false narrative as much as possible. Our community is being destroyed from within by outside influence. The responsibility to stop it is ours and ours alone. Okay, that's what he said. And I said to him, still in ignorance, the question is posed as it is free for all to express themselves without restriction. The number of posts, reels, podcasts, and such that I have come across where this is a common expression is disheartening. I'd love to simply hear that's not the case instead of justifying conflict, or even an honest exchange would be beyond assumption.
Literally.
That's it. Hey, no, sis, or no, ma,
Yeah.
or hell no.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't that. It's we don't like some of y'all, and some of
Yeah.
y'all be acting a fool. That's
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I don't like the women that I've encountered. The majority of the women that I've experienced,
Yeah.
it didn't go good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to say that. That don't mean it's every woman in the world. What are you settling for? Let's talk about how you making your choices.
Literally.
Let's figure out. Let's talk about what type of women are you attracting. Let's exchange in that capacity. So that makes sense for you moving forward. And if that's not what you're doing,
then I mean, clearly you like what you're doing. So I don't know what to say.
That, and then someone else says, he said, necessarily Dallas Low Brags is his name. And then he said, with social media, it does appear that way. And we're the only race that does this bullshit. Real men love our sisters. Sisters, I said, is what he said. Another man said, without looking into it, would it be any different from all of the women out here that hate men? At one point in time, he was your man and you loved him. Now he just your baby daddy kind of hate. That's facts.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't great. It's not any different. So my response to him was, since I'm not one of those women, it's definitely a space of concern, and I don't love it in return. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't okay for me.
That was a bar.
And thank you, love. Thank you. Ian Jordan, who also shared the post to his page, said, when people want to tear down people because they are frustrated or angry, they make those kinds of statements.
Okay.
And I notice it's usually from women that don't want to confirm or vice versa to have a relationship. Conform or vice versa to have a relationship. Some people want to be negative, and some want the opposite person to put in the most work or do the most work. It's just selfish at the end of the day. Most men and women are still attracted to one another. That's what we said. But there is a growing section of men and women that are just saying, take me as I am. That clearly is not the case for any functional, intelligent person. There will always be level of sacrifice and involved in a good relationship. That's what I just said. That it is heavy. If we're growing, that's exactly what I was saying. We're supposed to grow. I'm not supposed to be the same person that I was when you met me. And if you think I'm changing, good. Is it not a change that you like or change you can form with or we can flow with?
Right.
And if that's okay, then let's figure out how to maturely, because the truth of the matter is loss and separation, heartbreak, change, that ain't always an easy pill to swallow.
No.
You get what I'm saying? But if I genuinely love you, like genuinely care for you and of you and want what's best for you, if you say, hey, we are growing and we're going in different directions, and I don't see us in this space together, that's whole mature ass people conversation. You get what I'm saying? It's not working out. Either the person is going to reevaluate themselves and say, you know what, I see that this could be a space that I can make some changes in, or they're gonna say, I don't want to be that other person that you want me to be, or I can't become that. And I respect and receive you for who you are. It's been great. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't easy.
It ain't.
But still, them shits happen.
You
get what I'm saying? And if it was less of that, it would be less murder, death, kills. It would be less relationships that end in domestic violence and homicide. If we're able to say, I understand that the person that you would like us to be, or like me to be, or the space that you would like for us to be in is not a comfortable space for me, or I don't see me comfortable in this space, or this is not and your partner was able to say, oh, I understand that. And I receive you wanting to be. Are we willing to see what some adjustments look like around on both sides?
Yeah.
And then if one of them is able to say, no, that's not going to work for me, or no, this is not really the journey or the part of the journey that I'm in for, and then be able to say, I understand that. I respect that. And because I have loved you the way that I loved you, I bid you adieu.
Yeah.
I bid you well.
That would then go to show like relationships require maturity.
It require a lot.
Like if you're not mature and genuinely like being real with yourself, if you are not mature, you cannot be in a healthy relationship.
Niggas show up. That's why I killed everything in there. But sorry, ma'am. Please, like I'm serious. That can't be. I can't do. I can't. You can't be with him. You can't be the same way with them that you was with me. Or if you can't be with me, you can't be with her.
What?
You can't love her the way you love me. What? We got a family, ma'am. Sir, ma'am.
Listen, acceptance is real.
It's a whole thing.
You got to start with self.
It's a whole thing. And what does that look like,
girl?
Therapy. And what does it look like?
Looks like therapy. Honesty.
Elijah Barron replied. Elijah Barron Sr. said, "Ladies, stop pushing these type of agendas." Side note, I felt some kind of way when he said that.
I wanted to throw the mic.
I was like, but okay. And then he said, "Call out any men that actually say this." No one says it. No man says.
Well, not a man.
No hetero man says, I don't like women. No hetero man has been that I've seen on my timeline or in my engagement says, I don't like the way that woman or these women have behaved without holding all of them accountable. I've not seen it. I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I'm just keeping it 100. You get what I'm saying? I'd absolutely love to. And then he said, this narrative is a low-hanging fruit just to bash another gender. Never. We men love y'all, but we most definitely sidestep the messiest of you without a second thought. Sir, no.
Who do you think you are?
That is not true. So my response to him was, I want to know if anyone else has experienced this. It saddens me as much as I love y'all. It's a hard pill to swallow. His response, I want to know if any heterosexual, is this not ringing over here? Nope, it don't look like it. Decline. If any hetero man actually ever said they hate women, why are we skipping the part that said we didn't like? Okay, hate women, or is someone assuming such because of a disagreement or approach? Nothing. I said I was scrolling, and this is the shit that I saw. I don't have a disagreement with anybody.
It's the way that people seem to dismiss experiences because you never had it. I don't like that.
Exactly.
I don't like that at all.
But that's what they do. And no, it's not. So my point is, have you? If because you've never said it, and I stand at 130%. I don't know any man. I'm sorry, I keep moving the camera, y'all. I don't know any man, hetero man, that is willing to say, I don't like women.
Yeah. Because what are you saying when you say that?
Because what are you saying when you say that? Pause.
Who do you like? Pause.
Oh, am I tripping on that? Am I tripping on that? Okay. I see someone is calling in. Facebook user, just bear with me. I'm calling you back right now because it's not showing up as a missed call. So I'm calling it right now.
It's me. I got two phones. It's Freebird.
Oh, hey, Freebie.
Hey, Free.
Thank you for calling BlowRadio.com live with JustPatrice. What up, Freebie? What's going on with you, baby? How you doing?
You're not getting any feedback, are you? I tried to turn the phone down.
No, we're doing well. Go right ahead, baby.
Okay, I just wanted to start with, because I was starting to shake in my chest with the last comment that you read with the gentleman that asked you to prove on site. And I just want to say for the record that that's a narcissistic tactic that people use in a very challenging gaslighting way. Because a lot of the things that aren't being said are the things that we know, because we women who have tweaked ourselves, changed ourselves, and altered everything about us for compromise, for marriage, for needs, and for men, to be gaslit constantly and told that there's this messy woman, this desperate woman, this leveled low woman that doesn't understand what's happening. No, brother, the self-awareness came the moment we decided to start changing ourselves to your desire, to what it is that you wanted. And when you decided that you didn't know what the fuck you wanted, we decided to pull back. And so now that we've made it a safe environment for you to tell us the things that are going on, or rather not say the things that your mom did to fuck you up, or your grandmother, or your auntie, or your sister, or whoever else. We ask those questions as concern, but yet you convict us and you forward project, which we have to have grace for, because we weren't all raised the same way. We weren't all trained the same way. We weren't all given the same ideals. We were checked 100% by you, your peers, your cousins, your uncles. You were all of our first bullies. We live in a world, as much as we hate to admit it, where there is penis privilege, and baby, you got the power. And you are not using it correctly. Instead, what you're doing is whining to our bootstrap pulling, big girl panties, and you're telling us that something's wrong with all of us. No, the collective is that women have been checking other women, holding them responsible, and we are all sort of a collective where we are now okay without you. You don't want to be, but you're making it very fucking easy. And that's sad, because that's not what we want at all. We want companionship. We want love. We want admiration, but we don't want to be held accountable for something that we didn't do. And furthermore, the moment that we remind you that this is something that triggers us, should it not be this adaptation of a terrible fucking life? Simply because I spoke up for myself, simply because I held you accountable. I was waiting for Dan to come so that he could say what he said again about traditional, and I put that in quotation because tradition is defined by that which the moral value system and beliefs that you were raised in, your dynamic. It can't be a traditional to everyone else. We have a general encompassing of it, but honestly, the traditional role is that I'm going to define mine in my personal opinion. As a traditional woman, I was very well taken care of. I had examples of great men that protected me, trained me within their protection, but to the world, I'm abrasive, aggressive, I got a slick ass mouth, I'm mean. No. The question was posed similar to this. There were some brothers that said the free bird needs to be put in her place.
Who said that?
My place, nigga. My daddy put me there. He put me right in the motherfucking place that I deserve to be. He put me right in the place where I'm supposed to be. And he put me right where it was that I fit. And that means holding you responsible and accountable for the things that you say. But in tradition, brother, if you want to be taken care of, you're going to have to do some taking care of. And not me. I'm going to need you to take care of yourself. We
Literally.
Take care of each other. So when it comes to this collective of people that want you to all of a sudden prove something that is just completely and inherently like known, it's one of those unknown knowns. Like when somebody says some bullshit to you and you know they hating on you, but you really can't say, well, you hating on me, because then they'll gaslight you and convict you because you knew initially that they were fucking hating on you. No, brother, you don't like me very much. You don't like me very much. You don't like me very much, and that's okay. Because it's not me that you don't like very much. It's you that you don't like very much, which is why we go back to that. You need to make better choices for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Stop considering me and consider your mental health and emotional well-being, because we're making it okay for you now. Stop challenging yourself and going with this push and pull of your emotions, thinking that you a bitch simply because you express them. These are the words that we're looking for from you niggas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna stop preaching because my voice starting to shake because I'm angry. How dare you gaslight my friend and tell her to prove some shit? You proved it in your passive aggressive ass message you put on the status.
Goddamn word.
You got angry as a motherfucker. Is that conviction? Because that's generally what it is when people respond that way. Because you probably one of them niggas. I'm sorry, but no, that is not okay. You cannot talk to her. You cannot get on her stat asking or challenging her to prove some shit that we already know to be true.
Come on now.
Because if it weren't, you wouldn't have responded that way in your conviction.
Well,
and that's for every angry motherfucker that's on it that's listening to. Feel free to have a conversation with me, and I mean it.
And I will always be on the side of free, always.
Well,
I mean, it's forward projection. It's something that you don't understand, but you don't have to think less of yourself simply because you don't understand it. You have to learn to give yourself grace because it's something you don't understand.
I'm like, my one was like,
everybody else was wrong with him.
I'm like asking the question is legitimate question to be posed,
literally,
without me making an assumption.
Right.
It's not me facilitating the negative. I need to know. I ran across this. Is this real?
And then for you to ignore all of the comments stating that yes, this is real, just for you to try to say that it's like, what is happening right now? Like, what is happening right now?
When you know certain things about people, though, you can dismiss some of that. And because I know Mr. Elijah is also a Gemini male, I can laugh it off.
No, it's all good, but it's not just for him. It's for every man that doesn't understand or is ghost listening.
It was a couple of them. It was a couple of them on there, and I was getting to the point. I was like, come on, y'all. The truth of the matter is, and it was like, and then him and what's his name, Cleo, was pretty much saying the same thing. Is it who actually said it? You motherfuckers are never gonna say it.
Right.
You'll never say, I don't like women. As a heterosexual man, you would refuse to say that because what would that mean?
And then even if I did give you the exact said person that said, I'm almost positive you're either going to give a justification or some type of something to make it seem like it's not exactly what we're saying that it is, because look at what you're doing already. So, yeah.
And even with the catastrophizing and the fucking stigmatization that comes with saying that you don't like women, thank you for distinguishing the difference so that they understood. We are not saying that you don't like women as if we are questioning your sexuality.
Right.
We are saying that you don't like women, meaning that you don't like an individual. You don't like the way they act. You don't like the way they carry themselves, the way that they behave, they dress, they talk. But because everything is so outlandishly like exaggerated and magnified, that now it becomes this conversation of sexuality.
Yep.
And in the way that you respond, well, we're going to leave an ellipsis after that.
She said an ellipsis. You know, when you're a friend talking, they just be using all the words. And we're just going to leave an ellipsis.
Look, you know, when I get angry, I use bigger words.
Exactly.
You will not get on my friend's stat talking that shit. I apologize. I don't know you, sir, but no, you don't get to forward project. It's just not okay.
Vanessa says she not sorry.
That's the biggest narcissistic, like, argumentative tactic. Like, tell me, prove it, and then you think of all the best things to say after the argument is over. No, you prove that it ain't, motherfucker.
Exactly.
We ain't safe.
You prove it, motherfucker. Start taking us on dates and stuff. You know what? Somebody told me the other day something about a dude that thought I was cute. I was like, I can't afford Lil Baby.
Not Lil Baby.
Because it seems like it. Yes, Lil Baby. Because I got to have money. I got to have body. I got to have 5 jobs. I got to have no children with a retightened vagina. I got to.
Not a retightened vagina.
A retightened vagina, and they had 1 child. Ain't that a damn shame?
I don't
no
never.
kids, because that's the requirement, right? Virginal, right?
So you want me to pretend that you only ever been the one?
While you got what now?
It's only ever been you.
It's only ever been you, and it'll only ever be you. Shut your punk ass up, sir. Sorry, that wasn't nice.
But you know what? It's sick because I'm not just gonna jump on, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm just hating anyone, because like y'all said before, it's also our fault too. Because just like you said, you don't know one brother that don't, or no man that don't want no hoe. This is like, I mean, like for real, because this is that we will say, you know what, maybe that's not, and shit, fuck you, bitch. Oh, okay, my bad. Don't do you then, boo. But that is also counterproductive to the women who want that companionship, because then you settle for that which is presented in your face rather than looking a little deeper for that which you really want. But you can only reach me as deeply as you've reached yourself.
Literally.
So I'm an acquired taste for that reason. Don't mind being an acquired taste. But it's unfortunate because brothers really, they don't have it easy. They are against a lot, and they are up against a lot, and they are unpacking a lot, and they still can't even unpack it because it's unsafe. And I want to see a world where it is. But it just, everyone awakening into this new lifestyle, but still benefiting from a penile patriarchy. That's just, you ain't gonna never get what you want. Not as long as the women are rising.
That's true.
And the women have always led. But now we're getting defiantly so. Like, maybe this ain't the lifetime for love. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it was just for undying love for my children and loyalty. That's what I was supposed to learn this go round. Maybe next time it'll be love, right? Like, that's not how it should be. But it is. As soon as you stick your foot in, you get goddamn hand, foot, mouth disease. I'm good.
Not hand, foot, mouth.
Listen.
Yep. Hand, foot, mouth.
Not hand, foot, mouth disease.
Yep.
You
That's
know,
you can't even look at somebody without getting an infection.
Listen.
It's crazy. I'm just saying it is. It's absolutely crazy. And I wish that it wasn't those things. But coming, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, and like I said, as we're getting into this and we getting older, I'm like, oh damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to be able to blame it on just us getting older. You get what I'm saying? And what that looks like. Hey, how you doing? Let her in, please.
Right. One moment.
I don't even know if
yeah.
I think we've gotten older and people think that we're getting worse because we're just wiser and our tolerance for bullshit is just less.
Yeah, it's definitely depleted. Hey, you, how's it going? Our patience for the bullshit, like you just said, is just depleting over and over and over again, and trying to figure what you need, babe. You need something? Okay. It's getting lessons. Yeah, retightening. I know, Tasha, that's crazy, right? It's just trying to make it make sense. All I asked is, and the truth of the matter is, the response simply could have been, no.
Literally. not me and my dudes.
Not the dudes I roll with.
Simple.
No, or some of y'all.
It ain't me though.
You know what I'm saying? Or some of y'all be on some shit, and I don't like it. That's fine. That's fine too. All I said was I didn't even pose the question. I said, let me do some investigating. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't want at no point in my life to believe that men just don't, like, there's just no room for like that, when we come to that part, it tells me, like, in my mind, it makes me feel like there's no room for repair.
That's true.
Yeah.
That we've come from where we've come from. We started as a unit that was just crazy. At least our history tells us that we was just, our foundation was crazy and unshakable. Like, well, not, it's like, this is who we was. It's us. It was a us thing, a unit. You get what I'm saying? And then we allowed whether it was quote unquote social help, financial help, or social security and welfare and all that stuff to come in, and the idea of more, you know what I'm saying, whatever the come up was, you know what I'm saying, a hustle to be another leg of tearing us apart. another, because we talking about prior to that, it was, hey nigga, you don't belong on this ranch.
Right.
Come here with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's snatching them out the way.
Mhm.
And so we found another reason. And now all we're doing is now we've come to the point where we're saying not no more that all niggas ain't shit.
Right.
Because they fought so hard
Right.
to get away from that narrative.
Right.
And now it's all bitches ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Sir, ma'am, who is all bitches, first of all? Because
who are the bitches and
who
where
are
they
the
all
bitches
located?
and where are they all located? Because the people, the ladies, the women that I know ain't bitches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't okay for you to, I don't want to be grouped in the idea of, and whether it's a generational thing or whatever, I don't want to be grouped into the concept of, well, we all the bitches. And you, we are the bitches. And you, what are you guys being called?
Right.
What are you guys being called? Are you the niggers? Are you? Is that what it is? Yes, ers. Is that what you guys are? Because I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah.
And that concept of acceptance, of breaking down of who we are as a people, and that negative narrative of just defaming our faith, our faith, our strength, our intellect, our creativity, just ripping it all down to glorify some busted ass survivor mode,
basically,
is the bullshit I will not, under no circumstances, glorify. I am not.
How can you not like something or somebody that's always willing to lay their life down for you? That's crazy. That's wild. Like, nah.
I don't understand that. Like, I just can't see it. Like, we showed up, whether as a unit or individually. Would you? Oh, you come to let your voice be heard. Well, look at you. How and about it? How and about it? So we sit around to be able to say, for you to look me in my face, and you want me to be grouped into a concept of people who don't give a shit about the level of trash in their yard, how dirty their house is, whether or not they are living amongst infestations. Like, this is the glorification that you want to call and say that this is who we are. You know what I'm saying? That we are outshining the idea of the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? And then we are making it so that this is a thing because we are making it work anyway. That's the part to be proud of. I know people who've never, ever even seen an infestation of any kind.
Don't even.
You know what I'm saying? Who don't even know, who could never. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what it's like to live in any form, any sort of deficit that look just like any of us. So what are they considered?
Right.
Who are they?
And when are they those things?
And when are they those things? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I can't.
Well, I think that's why it's so important that the examination goes deep.
She had to put the mic down.
I think it's important that the examination goes deeper, especially when it's related to all the very things that we're now confronting that we also understand that other people aren't, or they don't even understand, or it's something that they don't. It's that forward projection again. It's all forward projection, and then it's over sensationalized because it's social media. So then it's catastrophized and highlighted, right? So then everybody's mad at everybody. It becomes this big heated argument for no reason, when it's really just a sister or a brother that's down on their luck and their feelings, and they just felt like saying, man, this is. But I will also say this: somebody gave me a great gem. Instead of saying what it is, saying what you feel in that moment, instead of declaring something, would be a better way to acclimate yourself to it. So in a position where women were always saying niggas ain't shit, say instead, because of the way that I'm feeling right now, I am angry, and it makes me feel like there's no hope because I feel so rejected. I don't think I could ever come back from it. You know what I mean? Like, examine those words so deeply, because yeah, it's anger. Yeah, it's conviction, but just like you were talking about that infestation and the non-knowledge of it, again, going back to that morality scale, that dynamic, those traditions, religions are dynamic, are our intra as well as intra and inter, all of those. Like, we have to also understand that we can't, this is just me, because common sense ain't common. Common sense is common to who? If it's not even considered common already.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
So when those traditional ideals come, it might be men who were raised in a home where their mother was very meek and she sort of bent to his father's will. And so he just assumes and forward projects onto every woman that he sees, even though he's intrigued by the ones who rebel. What he wants is for them to conform. But what he doesn't understand is that he secretly despises his mother because she never spoke up for herself.
Girl, almost through this mic.
So it's a sick ass system, and it's cyclical, and it just recycles itself over and over again. But if we just find the right words rather than using none at all.
And that's it right there. Finding the right words instead of using none at all, because no words leaves too much room for the idea of anything. Like, can we not just leave that much room for assumption? Can we not leave that much room for an all-inclusive blanketed statement?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For a total damnation.
Basically.
Like,
Right.
total damnation. Like, you, like,
And
it's
furthermore,
nobody.
I've never
I just
understood
got here.
people.
I'm like, it's nobody. We all just need to be damned to hell.
Because really, think about it. Common sense is almost like critical thinking, right?
You would assume. I would
Common sense
assume.
is almost like critical thinking skills, right? So you have to have critical thinking skills in order to not group in an entire gender for one person.
Somebody could cheat on you with your cousin because your cousin was manipulating it. You know what I mean? I'm using that as an example, but I'm just using it as an example for other things. It could be mom, cousin, auntie. It could be whatever. That's what Free was just saying. You know what I'm saying? It could be all these things, and Free even mentioned that. Say you develop, huh? Okay. Say you develop a resentment for your mom because she never spoke up for herself, even though you grew up in this house where she was meek, you know what I'm saying, to your father, and you thought, oh, that's cool, that's the way it's supposed to be. But in the same breath, you was like, you ain't gonna say nothing, you gonna let some motherfucker talk to you the same way?
Yeah.
You gonna let him do that
you
way?
gonna let him hit me? You're not gonna stand up for me
is
either.
Not aggressive. Trauma is not violent. Trauma is just trauma.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, trauma is not, it makes you sad. It makes you, it's just trauma. It doesn't have to involve someone punching their fist through the wall or jamming your face into glass. Like, it's just trauma. And the trauma is that you were upset that your mother did not allow herself to, you knew that your mama was unhappy with that because you know your mama and you love your mama and you want to see your mama happy. And she did not stand up to your father. But you can't take out the notion of the admiration that you have for your father, so you believe that you have to be that same type of man, while not understanding that you are bastardizing the relationship, forgetting what it was that hurt you when your mother didn't stand up for herself and would rather a woman shut up to, because you don't want to hear it.
And that
it's duality.
That's it. It's duality. Here you go, babe. Here you go. So we you want to slide that up, and when you're answering, we had another guest that slid through the studio real quick, or through the pod station, and wanted to share a little bit of her input on what we're doing. What up, Marima? How you doing, baby?
Hey, Trees.
Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
everybody. Who talking to?
Come on.
Would you like to sit?
Come on around and back. Watch that chair, because that chair didn't love on me properly. That chair didn't love on me properly, which is why I'm sitting on this one.
I don't know. The first thing Tree said, what I had in my head while I was riding over here, she just came with the baseball bat and just knocked all the tables and shit up.
For sure.
So I ain't need to say a bunch of that, but one of the things that I noticed when I saw the post, you're making a post about something you've seen and you asking a question.
Literally.
And the first thing I saw was men run into the space to argue with you and challenge you about what you say you've seen, and you're asking a question. if you love us so much, why did you come ready to argue?
You hear me?
As opposed to saying, "Oh no, not the babies
What's going
thinking
on,
we
sis?
don't love them."
Right? You hear me?
I saw
said
one
this?
person. I saw one person
It was a couple of them.
say,
It was a couple of
yeah,
them.
but for the most
Yeah.
part, it was arguing and challenging.
Mhm.
And you've made us already be at the ready. We got so much practice with being at the ready.
Listen, like front
That's
line.
what you're getting when you come to the table. But I have
I need you to put that right on here. So
I'm
thank you.
sorry. I have a brother who has gone through several relationships. I ain't gonna say which brother, but several relationships, and his main theme is that the women don't trust him.
Why?
And he can't stay with this one because she too insecure. She always da 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 da. Now he ain't doing nothing.
Okay.
But I had to tell him one day, you getting this same type of woman over 20, 30 years time that don't trust you. Do you not realize that you coming to the table not trusting them? You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And you keep on attracting what you are. And even when you change, you still might attract some of that same nonsense.
Just to see if you really change. Just to see.
But that's what I'm saying. You might still attract some of that same stuff, but now it's because you're being presented with an opportunity to choose different than you've already chosen. Than you've always chosen. Have you really grown? Have you really changed? Do you see your signs? Your triggers and different things. This is the opportunity for you to make different choices. If you still choosing the same type of people, you ain't did your work, you ain't healed, you ain't really grew. You just going through the motions. But if you complaining about the environment of the women that you see and that you have around you and all that other stuff, you must look at yourself. People are not willing to take any responsibility for any part of the misery that they're experiencing. It's everybody else and pointing the fingers. You in the center. You the magnet. You got to check why am I attracting these people? I had to ask myself one day why I keep getting my dang on face trying to holler at me when I was 4 years separated.
I see.
Because they chose wrong.
Come on,
Free. That too, sis. That too. But the moment it smacked me in my face.
Yeah.
You ain't even divorced.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I know that people are mirrors reflecting me back to me.
Yeah.
I don't need to say why I keep attracting mirrors. Get your goddamn divorce and then be out there.
Yeah.
And the moment I did that, I don't have mirrors. Well, they still out there, but not like they were.
Yeah.
Understood. Complete. So I see Prince and stroll through the building. In case this last little 20 minutes of this conversation. Free, do you want to hang on or you want to do? Are you done or I want to make sure I still got you?
No, I'm gonna keep listening, but I gotta drill now, and that'll be a nuisance. So
okay,
I love
baby,
y'all.
love you too, and thank you for your feedback.
It was so good to hear your voice again.
Tell the brother I didn't mean to come so hard at him, but listen, I get real protective.
He be all right.
I'm territorial. I am. That it hurt my feelings. I couldn't hold it in no more. I was sitting here with it was just thundering in my chest. Like, now hold on a damn minute.
How the hell you say that? I know. But they out here, and I always make the platform available. I pose a question, and you feel some kind of way. That tells me more than you could ever say.
Listen.
All right, I love y'all.
Love you too, baby. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
What's that saying? Hit dogs holler.
Yeah, hit dogs holler.
Hit dogs holler.
That's what they said.
Indeed. What's good, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Can't even complain. Today was a beautiful day. Outside of me getting lost, I drove right past here. I don't say that far from here. It's so
I know.
bad.
I know where you stay.
I'm
and
so
I'm
irritated. I'm so irritated.
I'm like it's a whole hour.
Like,
Other the time I was like just about. I'm like, what?
Like I legit hate when I second guess myself, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation. That's personal work.
Okay, well I hope you're working on it.
Definitely am.
Indeed. So you wanted to come in. You feel like you needed to comment based on engagement and live engagement. So you're here, and let's go.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so I want to preface the statement with saying that like I commented on the post yesterday.
I saw.
Right, and I do personally believe that there are men that hate women, like or really dislike them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not that they don't love them; they just dislike them, and it typically comes from personal situations. But I think what happens is that as humans, like I was saying on the phone, we typically lump everyone in a hole because it's guilty by association, or in this aspect, it's guilty by gender, guilty by sex, however you want to put it these days, right? And we shouldn't be doing that. We really need to separate ourselves and take a look at ourselves. Like, what are we doing to, like you said, like to attract these people? You know, what is it in me that keeps allowing me to choose someone like this? Or what was it in me to allow that what happened in the relationship to happen? You know what I mean? Typically people get to a point to where they feel a certain way, but they never actually accept the responsibility of like, I allowed that shit to happen. And people be like, well, no, you're victim blaming at that moment in time. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. You're victim blaming at that time. But I had to sit down and learn, like, even in my past relationship, like the shit that happened, I allowed to happen because I genuinely was like, okay, this is my limit. This is my line. I drew my line. Now I continue to let people step over it. You know what I mean?
That's real.
I do understand that, like, completely. And I think that sometimes we said that earlier. I know this is not good for me. Well, let me just see if I just do a little bit.
Just a little
tad. And then next thing you know, you all the way to the left. Like, damn it.
I don't even know how I got here.
Stop it.
But indeed I do, because I made that decision constantly over and over again, and now I'm lost.
Stop it.
So I get that.
I genuinely like, so and I can even go into with my dealings with women within the last year, right? I cut. It's like I deal, I get to, once I feel a vibe and I cut, right? Because if I feel like it's gonna go left, or if it does go left, there's no going right again with me. Now, whether you think I'm an asshole, a womanizer, or whatever you feel about that, I was protecting my peace. I still loved you and I still care for you. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to deal with you in a romantic or deal with you in a partnership type of manner. You know what I'm saying? Right? But I did. But like doing that, like I understood, like, Daniel, you have your limitations. You have your limits on what you will accept and what you won't accept. Now, whether or not anybody feels okay and or happy about how you moved in doing that, that's on them. They got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it has. Hold on.
Okay, come on, because like my side eye is happening real hard right now, Daniel.
It does have a little. It does have something to do with me, but at the same time, like I understand, like I move the way I move. Like, all right, cool. Like I see exactly where you at. I see what you doing. I see how you run. So I'm not gonna deviate, and I'm not gonna let you into it this way. You know what I'm saying? Like I can leave you where you at and be cool with that, whether you get an explanation or not, or whether you want an explanation or not.
So what's important here, and I'm gonna throw this out here, whatever, is communication. How we are communicating these things, okay? And I'm saying that because I get what you're intending to say, and I personally feel like maybe it could be just assumptive, but you blotching it. You know what I'm saying? Like you botching it because it's not coming out as non accountable as you think. You know what I'm saying? Because in that moment, in these what you're saying, you are still accountable for you are not claiming accountability for the way that you treat people just because you feel like you protecting your peace. And protecting your peace is one thing. You get what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying, but what you're saying, how you're communicating it, that's not what's coming out.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? So being mindful of protecting your peace, be on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't engage in certain behavior, but protecting peace does not give you the right also to mismanage, mishandle, or mistreat other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't say that. I didn't say that you did per se. I'm just saying the way that you communicated it made it so that, I mean, well, how I do what I do, if you don't if you don't like it, then I mean, that's on you. That's kind of what you said.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Which is that's not protecting my peace. That's I'm not gonna let you treat me bad, but I can treat you however I want to treat you.
Okay, so let me preface it with this. I didn't go into situations treating people bad or looking to treat people bad. I'll genuinely let happen what happened happens. And if I couldn't rock with the energy, I just stopped.
Can you handle y'all need to, if y'all gonna have an exchange, you already know.
So it like in some cases it was when I first met them. In some cases, it was after dealing with them. In some cases, whether it was we went out on the date, we chilled out my crib, you know what I'm saying? Most of the situations, I could be honest, like most of them were non-sexual things where I just like, nah, I'm not feeling the energy. Nah, it ain't it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't
But
it.
also, and again, and we tried to have this conversation before, and I was explaining to you, if you, it's again communication. If you ghosting somebody is not communication, sir.
It's not.
I mean, it's
not.
no, that's this
It's not.
avoided confrontation.
Mhm.
I mean, is it if that is it your prerogative? Sure, Bobby Brown. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do what you choose, but there are consequences that come when you behave that way.
Literally.
Oh,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? And so be willing to deal with that. And the consequences that come from that are your fault, not the person's.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
Because
like
you set the standard.
that I accept.
You
I
get what I'm
accept.
saying?
So
But you
gotta-
don't.
no, like genuinely, like I accept it because I understand, like in some people, like some cases, whether we did anything or we didn't, like yeah, to me, to you, I came off as an asshole. To me, I knew I was probably an asshole. You know what I'm saying? But
So what you saying?
What I will say is this: there were times where I did have conversations, and then being honest and open didn't change the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Being honest and open, like listen, like we cool. I just think this is not what I want.
Okay.
You know, it's nothing against you. It's just like I don't feel a connection. I don't feel anything here. And instead of just like leading you on or like disappearing on you, you know, I would rather tell you.
Okay.
Didn't change the situation.
What do you mean by didn't change the situation?
I need clarity on that. What do you mean?
It didn't.
So no, I'm saying, what is the
what?
situation? What like when you say it didn't change the situation? What was the situation that didn't change?
Oh, so I mean, like I'll put it to you like this: it didn't change the reaction.
Okay.
It didn't change the reaction.
So you do things for a
can
specific.
you be clear on that? Because what do you mean by that?
So
like what was the expected reaction and what was the actual reaction?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't really think as a man that this could just be my man understanding, not understanding clearly, right? I was like, all right, if I go talk to this woman and I let her know, like, hey, in the nicest way possible, like I'm not interested in dating.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we'll work out.
Okay. You expected what?
You know what I'm saying? Now I didn't expect her not to be upset.
Okay.
But I also didn't expect her to go around and slander my name either.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So was it slander or was it her expressing her point of view, how she felt about it?
No, Prince ain't shit. This nigga this nigga that, this nigga did this nigga did that, and we didn't even have sex. And all I did was take her out to a movie and watch a movie and cook for
her. Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out what's that toxic to me. I'm just saying.
I can't give you no details because I ain't got no details. So I don't know. I understand.
The expression,
Ma'am, if you don't put the microphone to your face.
The expression is you saying what you need to say, what you think, feel, want, whatever. Their reaction is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tailor what you can.
Mm-hmm.
You wasting all your dang on thought power.
Mm-hmm.
But you really can't tailor whatever you're saying or expressing to somebody based on how you think they will react.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you be true to yourself. Even if that means not saying shit to them,
Literally.
Because there are certain circumstances where an explanation is not always needed.
Mm-hmm.
The type of relationship, connection, or whatever may not warrant no whole, drawn out explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if a person give a fuck if you move around.
Yeah.
I ain't wasting my breath on that. And at the end of the day, the offense sometimes does not require me to say anything to you.
Right.
They may not have done nothing real bad or none of that, but certain things I see, like back in the day, they was all up and down the curb.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to 52, they all up and down around the curb again now, but for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, certain things I see, I'm not even finna engage or waste my time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you got my phone number, you call me one time and I hear some things in that I know that ain't where I'm trying to go or whatever. I don't got to explain to you that I'm not interested in dating you. I can just not answer my phone if I want to. But if you call me and you ask me, hey, did I do something? Then I'm gonna holler at you. We gonna have a conversation.
Because you care to know.
I just did that last weekend. The person ain't called me back no more since I explained to them why. And I'm fine. As long as you get where I'm at, I don't call me next month.
Listen, because this is gonna be the same.
So I don't think about. I wouldn't dare try to sit up and go back and forth with myself about how can I say this where they won't feel X, Y, and Z. I'm not responsible for how you take it.
Understood.
I'm responsible for how I give it.
Yeah.
And I'm respecting me. So whatever I'm gonna say is gonna also be respecting you in the situation.
Yeah.
Not just they need to know X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, they don't need to know. Yeah. I feel that.
So you explained exactly what I was trying to explain with the words I couldn't find.
Right, but that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I don't think that your delivery is showing up to give resonance to what you're saying.
Exactly.
I know that can't be what you're trying to say because what you're saying it ain't sir, that can't be it.
No, it wasn't coming out right, but you said exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly my sentiments is what I'm saying. Exactly what you said. I wish I could have said that.
Yeah.
But my man brain was just like,
I only know you from what I see. And there's a difference from what I saw of you before getting on the mic, sitting down talking to Patrice.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk, when you're on the mic and what I've seen of you actually communicating your thoughts and feelings, I may be wrong, but from my assessment of what I get from you is that, like I just said, you're concerned more about how what you say is going to be received, and you do too much work in here instead of in here. And what's in you is in you. What's on you, you ain't gonna be able to pull and speak from that. You can only speak from in here, and it doesn't matter what anybody. You know what I mean? You can't tailor your shit to how people gonna receive it.
That's how you find your tribe.
And you use whatever words come to you to say what you're trying to say. And if somebody got something to say behind it, don't communicate to go back and forth. Think about what you're saying and just say what you're saying. And if somebody don't agree with it, you got to know how to stand on your shit. If that's what you really think and feel.
If that's what you really think and feel. That's why my pause is like, I hear you. And because I know you, exactly. I just do not believe that that's what you're trying to communicate. However, let's figure out what that looks like. You get what I'm saying? So that you can be understood. And so I'm a firm believer that once I say I'm responsible for the things that I say. Okay. And it is my responsibility to make sure that my point gets across because I'm the communicator. You get what I'm saying? So that's it. I'm the communicator. This is my message. You get what I'm saying? In order for it, I need to make sure that everybody in here get what the fuck I'm saying. So to be nobody, you know what I'm saying? Now you might not like it,
right?
You get what I'm saying? It may not service you,
but the girl,
you know what I'm saying? But the message, you know what I'm saying? But the message will be clear and concise.
Well, you know me enough to know, like I see where P going, but he not delivering it properly.
Yeah, but it's not going well. Let's come on back.
Communication a couple times,
right? And that's the thing that I'm saying there is that when you're talking with people, no different with saying dealing with these men that don't like quote unquote women. You get what I'm saying? Or that ain't nobody said that they didn't like it. I mean, I ain't saying that I didn't like you because I don't know what that would look like if I said that I didn't like women. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I don't like women. I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But what does that look like? Because I done already sexed you or spent my money on you or let you spend your money on me or let you do whatever the case may be. And the truth of the matter is I did all of that. It's sometimes before I knew I didn't like you. And sometimes I knew I didn't like you and still did them shit.
Literally.
You get what I'm saying? And what does that look like? What does that make me look like? What does that, how does that, this is where they mind be. So that nobody gonna fucking say it.
Well, right? No, the biggest thing is with men, we can not like somebody and still love them. Like
we can, that's anybody.
We've been whole relationships. I don't like my woman, right? I don't like her right now.
Yeah, right? but we can all do that.
We go through seasons where sometimes we'll love like all the women, like we love y'all because like we didn't had a bunch of good experiences with women.
But that's not just a man thing. I need you to understand that. We can all do that.
To the premise of what was originally said, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying we go through those things. Like I do know brothers, and I told them personally out loud in public and today in private, like bro, like do you even like women, bro? What you mean? I love women? Like no, like you love fucking on women. You love having a woman around you, but do you like
us?
Because
that is the question.
I can tell by the way you treat your woman and every other woman that you deal with
that you
around
might not like them,
You
fam.
feel me?
like
You know what I'm saying? That you might
I
not
can
like
tell
them.
by
They
the
need
way
to
you
figure out
treat
what the
women
them
that you
is,
don't
what
like
is
women.
it?
And so, with that being the case, that right there, just hold
You
that
might
statement.
love them.
Hold that statement right there, because this is what dude said, and I want to run this back, because he said, "What men say this? Not liking someone's action or behavior does not equate to hate." Okay.
Oh yeah, I read
And
that
hold on.
comment.
Okay, that was one. And then the other man said, come on. The narrative is low hanging fruit. Okay, so it wasn't that comment. It was that. I want to know if heterosexual men actually ever said they hate women, or is someone assuming such because of a disagreement or approach?
But I just want to know where
So,
this hate
but so my thing was, because I said in the comment, I'll run that back
Oh.
in the post that I made. So my thing is
I know what the
but it's
post
right
said.
there. Is that's it right there. I can tell whether you like me from how you treat me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? I tell whether or not you like me from your behavior towards me.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? That's not assumptive.
Mhm.
That's not speculative.
Mhm.
You know, that is an actual thing. We as humans, people, we behave a certain kind of way
Mhm.
to express a feeling.
Mhm.
That
That's it,
that
that's
is genuine
Look,
facts.
simple.
Plain straight to the point,
I
just
mean,
like that, right? So,
did I miss there a
But-
word or something that I stepped somewhere?
Child, no.
so
Because
this is
that's it.
This is where I think the issue is in the post in itself, right?
Okay, so I'm
It's
gonna run
at
the
the
post back.
end where you say, quote unquote, you put hate or hating women in quotations.
I said, listen, I quote the statement, the post is,
I know.
so upon scrolling, this is why I hate having text conversations, because motherfuckers want to read what they own,
Yeah.
own interpretation. Read what the fuck I wrote,
Right.
and if and know me well enough to know that if I wanted to say something else, I
would
would
said
use
something
another
else.
fucking word.
Exactly.
Okay, so
I'm-
upon scrolling, it's a thing, comma,
Mhm.
I hear, in quotes,
Mhm.
comma, that many, not all,
Mhm.
hetero men don't, in quotes, like women,
Mhm.
as in are not fond of, etc.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It says, I need to do some investigating. I know y'all not out here, quote unquote, hating women.
So
I didn't say hating
no,
on.
Yeah.
no,
I didn't say
no,
like I know
yeah.
y'all
no.
not out here.
Listen. You didn't say that. So what I'm saying is that you know how people don't read to understand.
They bad.
People don't read to understand.
Yeah, they
You know what I'm
read
saying?
clearly what Monique said and what
Right.
Bree said. They read with an intention
Mhm.
of engaging in hostility.
Yep.
So
You already came. You were
So-
talking
if
about
you
you
were-
showed
so-
up with what I was saying.
If you
the
were
thing
confused, you would have
I'm
asked the question.
I'm telling you, they were like, okay, yeah, some men don't like women. Okay, yeah, but hate, we don't hate. So
They went straight to the hate. They skipped all that part. Never
Yeah.
even said, "Do you
You know
not
what I'm
like us or not?"
you know what I'm
But it's the
saying?
narrative. This the narrative we got to stop facilitating, because
You answered the
You know,
question.
but
y'all out here,
also,
do you
also,
like us or
you have
not?
to
Right,
understand
answer the
whenever this
question.
conversation come up, men are instantly on guard
Why?
because it comes up a lot to the
Because
point.
you know why? Because it came up when we used to say niggas ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't put me in the group with them. I'm not like these other niggas.
Mhm.
Don't blame me for all other men that try me. I'm not the man that hurt you.
Ooh. Oh Lord.
Then be the nigga that. Never mind. Because
Let's go on and pause real quick as we get ready to wrap up the blowradio.com show. I'm gonna give us a few more minutes here on the show. Hold on one second, Dan. As we get ready to wrap up the show, I just realized it's 4:01 and blowradio.com. My show is up at 4 o'clock. I want to make sure that I'm wrapping up and getting ready to roll up. But we are going to stay on live just a few more moments so we can finish up this conversation. I believe it. I knew it was going to get intense. I knew it was going to feel good. I appreciate that. But if you have watched the show listening to blowradio.com, watch this on live with JustPatrice, watch us in the blowradio.com group. I appreciate you. I appreciate your love and support and continued support of the show, your continued engagement on this show, because why not? I couldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if you guys didn't show up and chat with me, because I mean, why not? It's good conversation. Shout out to again my partner Tree and Calm Wellness Service Center for Integrated Healing and all of the staff as we're getting ready to prepare for our grand opening, which will be July 30th. Here at the address here, 6333 North Green Bay Avenue. Feel free to drive by this bitch whenever you like to. If you'd like to know more about the center, you can give us a call at 414-909-2488. If you'd like to send an email, you can do calmwellnessservices@gmail.com. And I'll answer some questions for you as we get ready to prepare for. Yes, my books will be opening very soon. So massage is coming up. You can currently book Reiki sessions with Tree and other energy work. And wait till you see this list of classes that we have coming to offer with you guys. We are working with some amazing instructors, amazing business owners. It's just good. I'm glad. Dan, it's your first time here, right?
Yeah.
And this Mo, this your first time here? It is on the inside. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's actually it's a beautiful space.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Cattails in the back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, all types of dope stuff going on here.
It is beautiful outside.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
It is.
Appreciate that. We're gonna finish up this conversation. We're gonna get ready to wrap up on blowradio.com. Again, thank you for your continued love and support and everything that we got going on. Don't forget that this Saturday is Happy Days Day, our final day of operation inside the Sherman Phoenix. And we will be celebrating Cam Beats, aka Tommy Styles, in the grandest way possible. It is his 50th birthday party. It's an honor to be able to service his guests. DJ New Styles is in the building. He has an amazing art show display planned for everybody. Like if you've never seen his artwork, you get ready to see it because Tommy gonna show off his thizzle. I'm excited about that for him. Also, I believe it's a soft opening for what I believe juniors. Smoke Barbecue is going to be serving that day. They will be open as they are transitioning to their new space as well. So that's going to be going down. And just come through and show some love. It's going to be a good time. We got an amazing staff. I heard it's going to be a party to close the doors.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a party to close the door. We're gonna have a good time. And we're gonna show up. We are there in the capacity to be of service to Tommy and his guests. This is not a Happy Days Day bar party. This is the party for Tommy and Cam Beats is his crew. And we plan to be there in support of them 130%. And I'm honored that we were still able to, even with our lease ending on the 30th of June, and we were able to furlough into the 8th of July. So we'll figure out what that looks like as we go forward. If you are live on blowradio.com, we are getting ready to end the broadcast. But if you can jump on to Facebook, you're welcome to do that. Jump on the YouTube and you can join the last part of this conversation. We're probably going for about another half an hour before we roll up out of here. But until then, until next week, it's been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to have y'all hanging out with us and all this good time. Until next week, y'all know what to do around these pieces. blowradio.com in the building. It's your girl, JustPatrice. Holla. And bam, bam, bam. So we are still now. We are back live on just the social media platform, still live on my personal page, still live on blowradio.com, the group, and on my YouTube page. So we're still here chopping up so we can get back into the conversation. We got about a half an hour or so. I just want us to remember that it's all about communicating. And no, and Free said it earlier, common sense ain't so common. We can't expect that everybody, we all grew up in the same house. If sisters and brothers can grow up in the same house, being treated almost identically by your parents and still grow up feeling that one child was favored over the other, imagine how different we can grow, that we extend our differences outside of the home. They grew up under the same set of rules, right, and still be running around living two totally different kind of lives. You know what I'm saying? And you expect people who did not grow up in a house with you, who don't eat the same kind of food, so your mom and them don't even cook the same. You ain't eat the same kind of clothes, or nothing. You ain't brought up on the same side of town, nothing, same exposures, anything. And you expect these people to think like you and move like you, make decisions based on the same things that you make decisions based on. That is asinine.
It's ridiculous. I think, to be honest, like, just people need to have open and honest conversations. Like, and I honestly believe after just dealing the dealings I've been dealing with since 2022, right? I honestly felt like, like before I even started talking to a woman, like, let's have a conversation, whether it be awkward or not, right? Let's have a whole conversation. And as I talk to you, I want to be able to see where your energy at. If I feel you got hurt, I'll tell you like, yo, I think you hurting right now. Even if I want to shoot my shot, I couldn't because I could see the pain in you. You still got some work you need to do. You know what I mean? And
well, I'm gonna be honest, and I expect that of you because you are not a child.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm just keeping okay. When I'm talking about a lot of whoever, you sir are over 40, and you sir should be doing that, and you sir should be like my expectations. We're talking about expectations across the board. My expectations of you as a whole adult as man,
oh yeah,
is to engage people with that sincerity. Hey. You still got some stuff. Not nothing wrong with you,
right?
But you yeah. This I'm over here on some fuckboy shit, or I'm on some other things that you're not ready for. You get what I'm saying? And the responsible thing, the mature thing in that moment is to say, you know what, it will be fun, but I'm gonna give you the space that you need. I'm gonna let you be let you come into that part of yourself. And a lot of men think in a lot of men thinking from a very selfish perspective what he wants out of the situation and how to self-serve, and so he can't make that mature decision.
I think that not only like they might even know it, but because some men are selfish. Yeah, like,
that's what I just said.
That's what you said. But like just be and self-serving. That is exactly what you said. Selfish.
I said selfish and self-serving.
You know what I'm saying? That they can give a fuck less whether or not.
Yeah, and so they just keep dropping bodies behind their dead asses. You know what I'm saying? And then when they show up, and then when they finally meet a woman, and they want her to show up for them, or in a capacity that would be, loving and compassionate and understanding and supportive, and if she ain't doing it, then she the bitch. Well, you get what I'm saying? And she the problem.
I think
and it's probably you still, sir,
because you didn't cultivate that environment.
That energy back, whether you getting it back from the woman that you didn't want. You know what I'm saying? You put the energy out there to get that at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? And I think people got to realize that energy is a boomerang. It eventually comes back around to you, regardless of when you put it out there.
It does, but even in that sense, you know what I'm saying? If I'm showing up, if I'm manipulating, taking advantage of, you know what I'm saying, energy that I know that I should dismiss. You know what I'm saying? And instead I'm still engaging with these particular bodies and people. You get what I'm saying? There's going to come a time where I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when I decide I'm done disengaging with people like that, or not being thoughtful, than whatever the case may be, and I want to be with somebody, and then somebody is going to be disengaging to me also. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be mad because why you just didn't say that? I'm sick of it, right? I mean, why you just didn't say that?
And I think what it is that, some people, like, it just goes back to that selfish thing. It literally goes back to that selfish thing. You know you're not supposed to be dealing here, but yet what you like is shiny to you. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty to you. So, and if it's pretty, you're gonna study it, right? So you're gonna learn it, and then as you learn it, you know exactly how to move, what to say, what to do, what buttons to push to attract that shiny thing to you. You become the metal detector. You become the magnet, right? So you learn how to break down the walls. You know what I'm saying? And then now you get in there, you figure out like, damn, okay, it's cool here, but it don't fit the way I wanted it to fit.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Literally.
This is exactly what we said earlier.
Yeah,
Literally.
I couldn't hear it. So
okay.
My bad. We're like,
listen.
But
very violent relationship, if you will, mentally, emotionally.
You know what I'm saying? And but that happens a lot. It happens a lot. And I ain't just pointing my finger at men that do it, because there are women that do it as well, but we're not talking about that right now. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the men that do it, right? And when I see it, I'm just like, like you can see it coming. And what I've learned is that, like, so I used to try to protect people, like, yeah, but what I've learned is to let people just go ahead, take their lump and they bump, because you can't stop somebody. You can't stop a train wreck from happening, even if you see it.
Sometimes sharing the information is not as opposed to stop them, though. You're still supposed to be able to provide that information. And if they keep moving, you let the train keep motherfucking going. But you still, if you know better, you are as my friend.
You're supposed to tell me something.
You're supposed to say something. Now, what you said, now you can't do it. Don't say it and expecting that your behavior, your information is going to change the outcome. But do your diligence, sir. And then later on, sit around instead of later on sitting back, be like, man, I was gonna tell you, but if you ever tell me, I was gonna tell you, but I'm probably gonna headbutt you.
Oh no, I ain't dumb.
And I don't mean you. I don't mean you. I'm just mean period. I'm like, don't do that. Like, you motherfucker saw me run into the burning house. There's no smoke on this side of the building, bitch. You saw that it was smoke on the other side of the building, and you let me go. You let me go into the building. Now, mind you, if I go into the building after you told me, like, ain't no smoke over here, and you be like, fam, it's on the other side though. And you be like, well, I'm gonna just see the other side when I get there. Right. Well, then okay, that's one thing. But if I'm like, I'm about to go in this building, you be like, oh, okay, oh, all right, I'm gonna just call 911. I'm gonna just call 911,
right?
Just for this thing, just for the in case. You get what I'm saying? And then you let me go, and you let me go into the building. You get what I'm saying? And then you be like, I was gonna tell you. Don't tell me I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, you wasn't.
Don't tell me I was gonna tell you. You know what I mean? It's cool if you gonna let me go into building. Let me go in the building, but do not say, "Well, I was gonna tell you," but I'm probably gonna headbutt you.
For one, if I didn't tell somebody, I would never tell them I didn't tell them, because that's goofy. But also, it depends on the level of relationship you got with a person, because like you might be in a place where you can say something, you might not be. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the level of the relationship. Sometimes you can be like, you can see it, but like, am I really cool enough with this person to say that to them?
Do you care enough to say something? That's my personal opinion on that. Is, do you care enough to say something? Because if the damage is going to be bad, bro, I don't have to know you, but you're going to get hurt. I'm gonna tell you, do what you want to do. I'll have no expectations. Leave it at that. But to each his own.
But it's a fire on the other side of the building.
I have to tell you,
it's a motherfucking fire on the other side of the building.
It's a fire. But so I used to do a whole lot of talking to people. Like as soon as they call me, my mind is in fixing mode. My mind is in what do they need? What are they looking at? And the Bible says, correct the fool and they will hate you. Correct the wise men and they will love you. It also says lean not to your own understanding. And I learned that everything I want to say don't need to be said. When I say learned, I mean bought the lesson. And I learned that everybody has a right to invite whatever experience into their life that they choose. I also learned that people ask for things in the pathway and the way that the universe, that God is giving it to them,
might not be.
It ain't got to look pleasing and oh so happy, joy to us. So if I see you going in a burning building, hey, what you got something to do in there? Oh, okay. So yeah, you can't. You don't want to wait till the fire department get here, put the fire out.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna ask a few questions,
and that is all. That is all I'm saying, right there.
But before I give any type of advice, I'm checking to see if they even open
it. But that's all I'm saying. That's it right there. Hey, you can go. I mean, if you're going in, that's fine. But the back of the house is burning.
Because I done burnt myself out a minute. And
I don't mean the back of the house is burning.
Not just real quick.
Long. I'm talking about the bit of energy the caring energy sometimes in there. You can exhaust yourself with just the caring energy being there.
You don't got to sit outside and be like, "Oh, please don't go in. It's gonna be terrible for you." I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. It's a fire on the backside of this house. Now, if you feel like that's your pathway to wherever you need to go,
do your thing.
Do your thizzle.
What if they already in the building though? Okay, so I got a question. What if they ran into the building before you really got a chance to be like, if they ran their ass in the building, you like, damn.
Let me tell you this.
I done seen people run into the building and you even get a chance to say nothing.
Hey.
Listen.
Right, look, I'm like, hey.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
They was in a rush.
Thank
what
you.
You want me to say?
That's nobody else knew it.
You listen, somebody probably in there, I don't know, Okay.
Catching them on it with everything. I'm a
Like,
firm
damn.
believer that
Ah,
everything happens for a reason.
big facts.
Okay. Also, down to the fact, not just me having this experience, but you being aware that this experience is finna come. So every part of that, you get what I'm saying? And you choosing to say and or not say, engage and or not engage is a part of that experience. You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't tell me, that tells me something about our relationship also. You get what I'm saying? So every bit of this happens for a reason. So if maybe you wasn't supposed to say nothing,
Right?
maybe it was for you to come by and let me go in this building for a minute. It's a reason that I'm sitting here and I'm mindful of the amount of noise that's happening outside of this building right now and how it's almost none.
Yeah.
How we sit in this piece, I'm like, it's quiet. And all that traffic is happening on Green Bay. You get what I'm saying? All these little bits and pieces are why I'm standing in front of this building in the first place. And whatever it is on the other side, you get what I'm saying? Whether I need to go in or whether I just need to go through. You understand what I'm saying? Anything could be happening over there, but all of those pieces happen. And so it may not be for you to be the person to say, on this side over here, just so you know, that may not be for you to say that. But that's also information for me also in regards to our relationship.
I have somebody in my life that I love dearly. She loves me dearly. She looks up to and respects me. But she is an unteachable motherfucker.
Sheesh.
Everything you say, but this, but that. Not even so much as challenging you. It's already in here, and there's no opening for nothing else. And like she could say, the sky purple today, girl, and I'd be like, no, honey, the sky is blue. Because so when it comes to things that she's talking about, relationship and different stuff, and different light that I can shine here or there, turn on a light there, whatever, oftentimes I do not. Because what is the point? Planting seeds is one thing, but I don't waste mine.
Yeah.
I plant them in good ground.
Yeah.
That don't mean a person is bad, but it ain't finna grow today, and I'm not finna waste my energy. When the time comes around, because she does come back to me later with stuff, I can do it then.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So that says something about your relationship.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So maybe it wasn't for you to tell her up front. You know what I'm saying? But that may not have been for you to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But you are still aware, very aware of what's happening. You got eyes on the building. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you the lookout.
Yep.
You understand? Yep. And maybe you see, okay, on the third floor, okay. Okay, I'm gonna just call the fire department. I'm you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, and to let everything be happening the way it is, so that when it does come back around, now you have a bit of information. You know what I'm saying? That now you can be of help in that space. Again, it may not say that you're not the person. I didn't say if you can't tell me, I ain't fucking with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you can't tell me, it must not have been for you to have told me that. But it does tell me something about our relationship. What role do you play in this? However, if you standing outside and you looking like this, and I'm like, why are you looking like that? You just watching me go in. You're like, oh, nothing.
Right.
What?
Right.
Nothing. What? Oh, nothing. And you be like,
what have?
You stand here like this. You gonna go in there?
Right. She is so engaged in the experience of the fire.
Because it's a thing. Listen, they standing outside the building and they watch you and you watching me. I walked up and you like
it's the
because you that's you really want to say something, but you like, but damn it.
No. it's like
I've caught a lot of energetic ricochets trying to, you know what I mean, help you teach the lesson, what kind of barricade so you don't. I didn't
see, and that's my reason for being the way I am, because I didn't caught that rebound sometimes where I done lost friends, and even when I was right about the situation, right, they still be mad. Like, bro, I told you what was gonna happen, like, and you still walked in, and now you mad at me for telling you what was gonna happen 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 weeks ago. Like, you mad at me?
like that's
Are you still trying to hold on to those relationships?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Amen.
Hell
Exactly.
no.
Again, it also tells me something about our relationship.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not just the same. No, for me personally, when I say, if you don't tell me that the building is burning and you standing your ass outside of here, when I come outside, I'm probably headbutting.
Because why you didn't tell me?
Because you could have said something.
Anything.
You know what I'm saying? Anything. And now, if you told me, and I still went my ass into the building, you know what I'm saying? But you told me.
So okay.
Now, I didn't say put up no fight, throw no barricades together, shut me down, tackle me to the ground, and be like, Trees, don't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. But if you have that information, you be like,
okay. So let's flip it this way. let's say it ain't no fire, but you know the motherfucker is an arsonist, and you try to keep them from being an arsonist.
You trying to keep who from being an arsonist?
I literally stopped arsonists. I literally stopped arsonists from trying to be arsonists.
So what you saying? So I'm the fire starter. So I'm going to this building. I'm about to burn this bitch down.
Exactly. And you know that motherfucker finna burn that motherfucker down.
And you know I'm about to burn down. You about to go? Yeah, she about to head out. All I'm saying is that in situations like that. So real quick before you get ready to head out, before you head out, I'm gonna pass you my mic or whatever. I just want you to tell them who you are, tell them what's your value in the space, and we'll go from there. Yeah.
Hi, hello. My name is Vanessa Perkins. Also go by Ness the Empress on the TikTok. Hey, as far as what value I bring to the space, I am a tantric practitioner and teacher. I believe in healing through sensuality, and not just with women, but also with men, and becoming one with yourself and having that intimate relationship with God while doing all of those things. So I plan on teaching that, or I will be teaching that. I will also be teaching how to heal from sexual traumas, because I've done that myself. So I look forward to all students. I'm very excited, and I'm very grateful that I'm able to even do these things, because the story is long. But yeah, so thank y'all for having me. I enjoyed myself, and I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Indeed. See you soon, babe. All right. Okay. Indeed. What is like 4:24? You got any more you want to add to that?
Sometimes you just don't know when to jump in.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Now, hey man, this might be something you might not want to fuck up. You're prone to fucking up, but this one right here, you might not want to fuck up.
I cannot hear you.
I see you finna.
I cannot hear you.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see. Oh, so like I can see that you're finna burn this down. I can tell by the way you moving that you finna burn this down, because I've known you long enough to know when you finna burn some shit down. I can see it. Don't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Just exit the building. Don't burn the building down. Just go ahead, walk your ass down the stairs and go out. You ain't got to burn shit down, bro. But what you do at that moment? What do you do at that moment in time when the house you don't own, you ain't got no occupancy in the house? You might like the house, but you ain't got no occupancy there, or even residency. But with the person that's walking up to the house, you do.
Right. So it's not the house is what's not important. It's the external, it's the relationship of who's traveling through it. Because the house is a moment, is a journey, is an experience, is a relationship, is a job. It's the house is a representation of something. You know what I'm saying? The relationship is with the person. You get what I'm saying? And what that looks like. And so like I said, it's not that you have to say, don't do such and such, whatever the case may be, or offer, like Monique said, I'm not gonna offer you directive, but I will give you information. I will offer you opportunity for inquisition, because I want to jog some parts of your mind in hopes that, it'll spark a little bit of, damn, that it probably ain't a good move for me. You get what I'm saying? And if it doesn't, then at least these seeds and information have been planted. You know what I'm saying? Enough that now I can gather information. If I plan to be here once you emerge from the ashes, you get what I'm saying? Because I know it's going to be ashes. If I plan to be here, now I've gathered information as your friend, as a confidant, as a support system, as a whatever the case may be, because I know you're not gonna motherfucker listen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm choosing to be there on the other end of this anyway for you. But then I'm here gathering information, which is why I also said this tells me a lot about our relationship. So what are you willing to do? What am I willing to do? How much respect do I have for you? Am I going to listen to you? How much respect do you have for me? You know what I'm saying? How much care do you have? You know what I'm saying? And am I willing to jeopardize you? Are you willing to let me jeopardize you? It says so many things. That's why I said it says a lot about our relationship.
And it could just be the relationship at that point in time as well. You know what I'm saying?
It's usually about the relationship at that point in time, but it also touches on the foundation of who we are.
This is true. I mean, so the people that I told that ain't cool with me no more, in some shape or form or fashion, I feel like they was never cool with me. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, I try to, like, bro, this is not this, but you blame it on me. All right, fine. Since you blame it on me, let it be that. I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? When you ready to be cool again, we might be able to revisit, but I ain't finna go chase you down to be cool with you because you mad at me because I warned you about a situation that you ran into.
It doesn't mean that they necessarily were always never cool with you. Everything has an expiration date.
This is true.
Everything, there's a time and a season, everything, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people spend so much time, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but a lot of people spend so much time in their mind about their negative experiences, and nothing really is negative or positive. We place our own value on the thing. And in these relationships and these experiences with friends and family or whatever the case is, if people would take the time for real, to stop and say, what can I glean from this to put in my pocket and walk forward with? There is something. It's always something. And you will walk away, want to throw a party for them fools because they what you got from it changed your life. It's nothing happens, like we said before, everything happens for a reason.
Big facts.
And there's so many different things going on within a thing. Just even in horrible love relationships, swear to God, if you stop for a minute and you look at it and you learn something about yourself, people are not willing to look at themselves. Because it ain't always about what you was trying to bring to somebody else or whatever the case is. It's something that you could have learned about yourself in it and walk away, and it changes your life. You ain't mad. That's not one of the stories you got to tell when we talking about fucked up ass people no more. That ain't a story that's in it ain't up here no more. It's back there. It don't even mean nothing other than the good that it brought to you. And so it don't necessarily mean they never cared. Everything got an expiration date. When the lesson is learned, that thing could go away. If something's fucking with you or certain types of instances keep happening with people, when you start to look at it, why the hell does this keep happening? What is it trying to show me? If you got a friend, an ex, a current, and so, and they all giving you disrespect, as opposed to saying everybody just some disrespectful motherfuckers, why are all of these four different dynamics? These are different types of relationships. Why is disrespect what I'm getting right here? Why is that a thing to me right now? Am I a disrespectful motherfucker? In what ways might I be disrespectful? They're there to help you. Swear to God. What ways am I a disrespectful person? And if that is the lesson, once you take your focus off of them and what they doing and defending yourself and looking at you to start dealing with that, digging that up, the root of that and healing that shit is stopped.
Oh yeah, no. So I'm saying that for in this context, like there's only 3 people, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I'm not chasing those relationships, which is to get back to what, P was saying. I'm not chasing those relationships. If they come back around, they come back around. If they don't, they don't. But I just got a habit of not spending the block. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I believe in loving on people, helping them when I see them, just open and keeping doors open to, like invite help to a person? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But how closely I deal with you might change. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can blame me when I'm trying to protect you, then that says more exactly about how of our relationship and what you thought of it. That's you know what I'm saying? Like if if I'm trying to be an umbrella to you in this rainstorm, you know what I'm saying? And then you say, no, I still got wet. You wasn't good enough. You weren't a good enough umbrella, nigga. You should have been a poncho and an umbrella. And some galoshes. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Exactly.
No. Yeah, because no. Just no. No. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to wrap up. It is like 4:30. We get ready to roll out. I want to shout out to everybody that rolled through and hung out with me today. Chopped it up, all the goodness that came along with that. Shout out to again Vanessa, Prince Dan, and Marima for coming through. I want to thank y'all for hanging out, doing all the things that we're doing here at on this great radio show. Welcome to Monday. It is Monday be Monday and life and be life, but together we can get through some amazing things. You know what I'm saying? Strengthening our communication and focusing on just being better within ourselves, and so that we can be better external of ourselves. Until next time, next week. Holla.